Yeah, it was a difficult start of the year for them. They got so close in so many occasions, but at the end, that tiredness, I think, got the most out of them. And on the other side, we had teams that were incredibly hungry to go to those first global events and whatnot. But I think that even if we look even further back, last year for Fnatic, it was all about the almost and never ever actually getting the win.
Yeah, the what is it? The bridesmaid, never the bride. I'm hoping that's not the history that's repeated for Fnatic today or tomorrow or whenever we see them play. But before we get to see them play today, we're gonna head on down with Ginny and Kayak.
Kayak, a very important game today against Heretics. And there's a bit of a race to London between Boaster and Benji. So I'd like to hear from your individual perspective if there's maybe a little bit more pressure on your shoulders to perform well, to give your teammate that opportunity.
What up, Carrie?
I think it's there is no pressure at all, because last time we played Vitality and we had pressure because like we made the game too big for like how it was, because it was like
TN Grand Finals ended today.
Because stress, pressure, and everything.
I did watch like
didn't play our game at all.
very small amount.
This game, we're just gonna do like our stuff, focus on ourselves, and no stress at all, no pressure. If we win, we win. If we
Who ended up
lose.
winning?
But it's like, yeah, we just go with no
expectations.
How do you, as
5-game banger,
to make sure that when it comes to not having any pressure on yourself, like is there any ritual
EDG wins.
Is it just a conversation that
EDG's
you have with
back.
your team?
I think it was about like the mindset that I had, because for the Vitality game I had different mindset, and after that I had some like reflection and just talking to people in the team. And for this game I just wanna bring like myself on the group stage. That I was just doing every game with no expectations, and
came from Zix Talks. What up, Not Writer?
And is there anything you focused on outside of these conversations to make sure that your individual
who we sporting today?
Staying consistent? Because we've seen you, even in the series against Vitality, you were able to put up the numbers, you were able to put up that performance.
I mean, just doing
I think I'd like to see Fnatic
just doing the routines,
at the event.
like before the game, and
would definitely like to see Fnatic at the event.
That they usually do, which is like just aim routine, a little run or something, and yeah, just playing.
Do you enjoy running?
It's just good for the game, you know what I mean?
At the start of this year, and I think it's quite fun, yeah.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. Staying active, healthy mind, healthy body to perform in the game. Thank you so much. Good luck with your game later today.
EG is so back.
I think it's almost conflicting to say
Small,
that
you
try not to feel the pressure coming into this match when we consider the interview answers that they kind of gave in that game against Vitality.
Prediction for the series is definitely Fnatic.
Don't really feel the pressure, and now we're hearing that from Kayak.
I think Team Heretics is close to being kind of back in form, but
doubtful mind to come in, and I think the expectation is there for them. When we think of the whole time in franchising, the only time that Fnatic have missed a grand finals in
did you watch the PRX game? No, we didn't watch the PRX game. Actually, who ended up winning?
London is there.
I kind of see it from a different angle. I think
thank goodness.
What he really means, and Boaster also spoke about
it
this
in an
interview,
sense.
I believe it was with the Spike, saying that we needed to lose at some point. Funny enough, this is something that we talked about when we talked about Foot and how they lost that last game, and actually that gave them the rampage to
There's
push
more
and
games
secure that
literally
spot for themselves. It is a necessary thing. They felt like the pressure was not there because they had other options, but now reality is haunting them, and they need to know how
do I
deal with
get
it properly.
permission to watch
I do
party?
think it's important though that Kayak thinks
EWC
that bringing himself as he has been for this team
Who do I
is the
reach
most
out?
important thing, because last
Who do I
year
reach
he
out to?
over-delivered.
Fuck.
Time and time
I didn't
again,
think
we're
about this.
singing his praises, and I think that is what he's looking for.
They always say that you learn so much more from a loss than a win. There's things to break apart. There's just learning lessons there, and that's what we're hoping.
I love Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah,
I know you're thinking of that.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know
the same person.
We have found that out recently, but then there's just so much more that we can expect. Whether they're going to place it on themselves or not for Fnatic, we're at least going to place it there because it feels very justified with how veteran this team is. But then you look at Heretics on the other side.
You see the TENS
we don't know
announcement?
What to expect when they come up
You're talking about
against
the
each other
T1
with these rosters. This is the first time they're playing against each other this year.
Yeah. And I think that's one
That's
thing
fucking
that
cool.
for each
I won't
team
lie.
is that Fnatic, they usually scale
Wish
in
I was
here.
me.
For Team Heretics, they are usually masters of that group stage, and then coming into this stage, that completely went out the window for a change, and then they've had to kind of find their form coming into this playoffs, which I think they have.
T1 co-streamer must be like
for this being the first time that they face off, that's
really like T1 content creators slash like.
Yeah, I think also like the last 3
Yeah, I
times
mean,
these two teams have
that seems like
each other
pretty
have
sick.
Incredible high stakes. Like we had the EWC finals, which was a reverse sweep that went absolutely crazy.
15 shroom
and
trick,
also back in
goated,
the region
bro.
where Fnatic,
What up, Ghost?
won against that. Like
What
they
up,
had a very good playoffs in that run.
PRX
So
played
I
their
really
champs
want
the
to
same
see
comp. Actually, let me
how
look at the
things are
series.
today.
who's scaling up, what's going to happen when they meet each other. If there's also going to be that pressure on the side of Heretics, we placed it on Fnatic for wanting to
They actually played Yoru and won with Yoru.
Similar things can be said with Benji wanting to play there.
Wait, Yoru's 3-3.
The bottom of that one.
The race to London is here, Benji. It's between you and Boaster. Unfortunately, only one of you can make it at least one step further. How does that make things today?
Wow, 13-1?
You know,
it wasn't even something going crazy. It was like the whole team was firing.
We both really want to go to London.
Jing.
But, you know, I'm hoping it's going to be me, obviously.
Of course.
I'm just treating it like a normal game, you know, not trying to think too far in the future.
Take her on his lover boy era? I saw that too, actually.
There's been a bit of a history between you two, although you haven't faced each other this year. The last time it was an international stage, and that was a reverse sweep.
Bro, I got some shit sleep, I won't lie.
Carry that momentum into
Some
today?
shit
I mean,
sleep.
it's been a long time since we played against Fnatic, but I think we always enjoy it. They're a really good team.
Just need the coffee to
you know,
kick in, and then we'll be good.
Coming off a loss, I think that's more momentum than us beating them, you know, ages ago. So. Yeah, you know, I think they've changed a lot. We've changed a lot. And
we're finally tagging the 6-7 role when you go live.
Talk about the changes, actually. When we're looking at Heretics and the performances that you guys have been putting forward, it has been quite impressive. How have you been able to make such a quick turnaround when it comes to implementing these changes?
Well, I think Kosh Maris has done a really good job in fitting in with our team. I think he's a very talented player. He's very calm, which is what we need. I think, you know, we've got 4 very experienced players on the team, and we all want to give ideas. So having someone that is able to listen very well.
I broke my table because of comp today. No, bro.
Very easy.
No.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Good luck in your game today.
That.
Who knows? We might see you one step closer to London. You got to do it, and we'll see you around.
Thank you.
That was a nice little insight towards the end about what is going right for Heretics.
The UK version of the baguettes.
It's really sad because they look as though they're guarding London, and I feel as though that asset was maybe made in the hopes that both of them would have made it by now when they were guarding the last spot. But unfortunately, yeah, they find themselves in a position where one of them will have to eliminate the other.
Benji also brings up a very important factor into that.
ASM with the tier 1.
Coming off of a win,
3 months? Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. She 1v1 us and see who's better?
So yesterday when we saw them playing, we saw
maybe someday, actually. That could be fun.
Benji had an amazing performance yesterday. I can say the same about Woods.
There's too much to watch right now.
Him playing the Sage.
I feel like
it literally brought me back.
Even after today's stream, I'm gonna be so tired.
Okay, Team Heretics is just going back into them, but I couldn't.
How was MIBR versus Envy game yesterday? Didn't think it'd be worth watching.
And Alex.
That low key might have been like the most fun, one of the most fun series for sure on stream. Because we got rated by Sliggy as well, like right before. So we had a crazy amount of people in here. That was like a very, very enjoyable game to coach stream. There's not a crazy amount of analysis. It's mostly just me saying walk around glitch because that's all that Envy had to do. But man, that was actually a good-ass series. That was a very fun series to watch.
They were still so confident in themselves as to what they were putting up, how they were delivering, and how they were playing as a 5-man.
I mean, I was watching from home, sadly. And
you watched the PRX game? We checked it out a little bit earlier, but we didn't actually watch it now.
To get onto sides.
We didn't watch it.
It was just too much. But also, Wood has some incredible double kills.
I want you to know that you have ruined ranked. I saw Camera typing a bit in the sub-only chat about it.
Going on here?
He was getting kills through smokes and everything. Like, it was just ridiculous. And the one thing that I have a concern for when I think about Fnatic going up against that today is that they found Derka relentless in the game against Vitality.
It's actually very funny, man.
If they're going to have a duelist performing at that kind of top level again today, that was the kind of
main struggle. We walked into 2 ops on Pearl? No.
Yeah, between these two, I would really, really like to see that map.
So you're thinking that there's a similar sort of kryptonite happening for Fnatic right now, what was present in Vitality?
Who you got, T1 or PRX?
I think that.
Oh my gosh! Don't make me choose. Don't make me choose. No, that's the last team to qualify. Don't make me choose. No. It would have to be PRX, bro. T1 always like T1's a little too goofy, bro. T1's playstyle is a little too goofy.
I mean, the run to London starts here, so my question really is,
what up,
for
Venus?
Fnatic fans that are
I'm in the
watching,
sky?
do they need to
Oh,
have a
you're flying.
cardiologist on speed dial, or is it going to be a little cleaner?
I think the Fnatic fans should already know to have one on board. But
Root for PRX, bro.
I'll
root for PRX.
In the short amount of time that we were able to, and we're just super confident going today. So.
All right, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much. We're ready to head into the first game of today. Heretics going up against Fnatic.
Whoa, keep my vision. Oh, I'm so... Oof. LAX, here I come. Oh, wow. What do you think about Primi going international? Oh. Is his English good? No, I don't think so. Oh. Probably not very easy for him to go international then, if we're being honest. What up, Smith?
For either Fnatic or Heretics, that is the last time they'll get to walk out onto this stage in stage
This
1.
used to be the
A lot is riding
finals.
on the line in this
This used to be the
best of three, and while
finals,
Fnatic
chat.
Coming off a loss, they've had a little bit more
These are
time
some
to
high
prep
quality
their
games now,
opponent,
man.
whereas Heretics, they played
Feels like
just
all of
yesterday.
these
It's a quick
games,
turnaround
like...
time, and maybe that's the momentum they need to be able to get
All of
the
these
advantage
games are
with
sick
this
games,
map
man.
Veto. Fracture, Lotus, and Outsider of Ascent.
I think something interesting happened here that is not showing in the graphing is that because Fnatic
Fracture, Lotus,
just
Ascent.
lost, they come in with
Oh,
a
that's
higher
a sick
speed.
map pool.
And surprisingly, they decided to go for Team B, something that they don't do that often. And it is because it is a question for Team Heretics, what map
Morning,
were they
goodest
going to
boy.
ban? Maybe they were going to be the ones removing the Pearl, trying to play a little bit with their heads. But no, Team Heretics has decided that Haven, it's a no-go.
Yeah, and rightfully so. And obviously Fnatic sticking with the usual insta-ban of Pearl there. We are going to see Fracture up first. Now, Team Heretics did look great on this map against Eternal Fire. They almost convinced
run
us
the
that
prediction.
that could have been a tool because of how well that map went initially. And then Fnatic, we saw that the very last week of the group stage against BBL.
Okay.
I'm intrigued to see if they go down a different route since we last saw it.
But two things interesting. First, for Fracture, I love the fact that Fnatic is going to start on the attack because that also gives us Team Heretics defense that has been absolutely stellar all throughout the stage. But more so, when we jump onto Lotus, Team Heretics has decided to start on the attack.
These are actually
Now,
good
Fnatic
maps.
is
I'm
very
happy.
well known for
I'm happy.
Such a strong defense that they
I don't know what happened.
How strong
It's like
their retakes have always
there's
been,
actually
and in
a
general,
lot of
the
teams that want to
entire
play
reach that
Ascent.
they have in the map.
Yeah, I mean, it was a
In the
decider for them
past,
against Vitality the other day.
People are
They
so
didn't
afraid
quite
of playing
manage to get there.
Attack
And
Ascent
for Team
first
Heretics,
that they
was
end
pretty
up like
poor
not
against Eternal
wanting
Fire.
to play
Wait.
Ascent.
They play Lotus. Didn't Vekash play Viper in Lotus?
Yeah, so it's
I don't think Cyberf has ever played Viper.
Yeah.
So that is another layer because I do not expect a change in a composition that has made Fnatic so comfortable all throughout. And then it has to be a debut for him.
Well, there's a lot of layers going on there, and whilst the players are on the stage, and whilst all that prep has been put to the side before, they're also sitting down in
My
their
Epic
Razer
Pen's not
gaming chairs
opening.
there.
Classic,
so they're
such
gonna
a
have to
classic.
look towards what's going to come up on screen for themselves. We know that Fracture is going to be that first map, and can I just say, by the way, Kukuka, every time I see Fracture now, I just think of you because you were so hard done by in the
yeah,
first
we're
2
good.
weeks of this
Oh,
stage.
and this one's going to deliver, girl.
I was going to say, and finally teams are bringing it out more often and putting up some good showings on it too.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that we didn't get to see Fnatic until that last week. It was kind of
Yeah.
field testing, it felt like, right? For them to play on that map. And I think that it is a map that it is very well prepared. I think that Boaster's calling on the attack is essential. For me, knowing what sides they're going to start and what not, I'm looking at two players specifically. Crashies on one side, because I don't think that against Vitality, he didn't have a good day. And I expect him to change things because of the aggression that I do expect and the reactions that I do expect to see from the side of Heretics. So the same thing goes
Welcome,
for Alpha.
everybody.
Many of the
Thanks for the
Sentinels
raid,
have been
Chobra.
suffering through the consequences.
Hope you had a
but
good stream.
Let me tell you, Alpha will shoot back.
I think the kind of two people that I'm looking at coming into this is
We're still
the
waking
duelists
up,
on
but
each side, right? Fnatic opting
it's gonna
to
be
go
a
for that
long
duelist, the last
day.
time that we saw
Long
the
day.
Fracture
EMEA
has
into
gone
Americas.
into that. We've seen that he's been great on that duelist so far.
How's it going, man?
throughout This stage.
How's
and
it
then
going,
on
Cobra?
the opposite side, we have Woot jumping onto that race. How do these
Unk
two
looks
duelists
fresh.
interact with one
Or
another when
dizzy.
you have that
What?
primary neon
What
on
the?
other sides and then the Raze and the Phoenix in between?
Was Clyde or Momo the one that doesn't like being picked up? Oh, Clyde. But if Clyde's on my lap, then she's like fine with being picked up. She's kind of weird. She's very particular.
Oh, I remember
very
this
particular
time
cat.
G2 had, when we were online, we had that happen and had to change a PC. The real ones remember that day. It was a long day for us. Anyway, going back into it, Fracture, very, very
excited. Are you closer to being an old man or a young boy? Oh, a young boy for sure. You know what I mean?
It's absolutely stellar.
I have like the spirit of a young lad.
We have been blessed with this map, Veto.
Yeah, when I think about Ascent as well, like obviously we kind of mentioned already how Team
Heretics you are pushing 40.
Struggling against that double
no,
sentinel composition. Let's not forget the last time that Fnatic were playing this, it was a double sentinel composition. They were running the Vice and the Sage on Ascent, but we don't need to talk about Ascent right now because we are obviously going to Fracture first of all.
Yeah, and we got our agent select popping up for Fracture there, and a little bit of what you guys are talking about. And
for whatever reason, when she's on my lap, she's like fine to be picked up.
Is it because of the agents that we're expected to see, or is it more just so how they play?
I think that especially the first half,
I
expect it to be so evened out. I expect it to be absolutely cerebral.
Okay.
Because of the reaction.
Yeah, you're not playing Reyna. You're not playing Reyna. Good bait though.
From Boo here on the defense, but historically, Boaster's calling on this map has been on another level. So for them coming into today, and as you said, having a little bit more time to prep, Fracture is very likely to happen. Cyberf was incredibly comfortable in this Phoenix, so I'm just looking forward to this first half to start.
The one thing that's interesting about Fracture is like,
looking at Team Heretics starting on this defense here. Look at how they're
I think all of the teams hold on. KRX got knocked, right?
The buy rounds start to get into play. Kosh Maris with the operator as well, using that as a threat towards for Fnatic being able to take into that space.
And it's important to mention that because we're singing the praises of Team Heretics yesterday, but Koshmaros was a little bit out of the picture. Yes, we were saying about Boo, about Benji,
they ended up
Wood. And then
ended up losing Fracture in their recent full sense game anyway.
It's not been the usual case, and especially here on Fracture, we need to see him deliver from the very first moment.
You're almost identical composition.
I'm surprised to not
but agents, right?
see a crazy amount of like Breach AO, but
and the Phoenix, and so whilst you have,
I mean, I guess it is double duelist meta. Everybody's kind of leaning into that.
Which one's going to give you that slight advantage on Fracture?
Ooh, I think the Rays, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Phoenix is good. Many kind of mentioned it yesterday, the way that in which Fnatic were prioritizing
Heretics on Fracture after yesterday.
Like
seeing Liquid.
Able to take that space.
Oh.
Great in that aspect, but for me personally, I like the utility.
You prefer the Phoenix or Rays?
Okay, so the Rays maybe just giving a slight edge. We'll see though as we're heading on into Fracture our first.
I think either's fine, honestly. Just pick based on comfort, but
this matchup usually is a final, so it makes sense that today is the final opportunity for one of these teams to keep pressing forward, not to lock in a playoff spot, but to avoid
if I had to pick
locked
one,
they're
probably
missed out on their opportunity for a slightly quicker route, and now.
Fuck, would I go with Rays?
Well, unfortunately for me, a couple of the Brits are now going to have to eliminate each other.
Phoenix is definitely easier to play.
Will be sent
for
home.
Sure.
And the other might just have to stay in Berlin because they, for once, they actually want to be going home. It's a bit of a weird scenario here, but
it is an Irishman's dream, Tom. To see a game as good as this. That's what I'm talking about. Heretics and Fnatic facing
let's go.
And listen, last time we got to cast these boys, Tom, it was
you should pretend you were Boo and explain how you would call the round based on the info he has. It's so much harder though because you see everything on the minimap. If I saw nothing on the minimap and I only saw his POV,
we'll have to see. I think
it'd be a lot easier.
Coming in with their own strengths. I was definitely intrigued by what we get out of the map, Veto.
This is like kind of the hard part about Fracture, right? They have no idea that Neon is actually this deep into the top side of the map. He jumped it.
Well, in the past, this would be a dream Veto.
Chad, he jumped it.
As of recently, this maps look very good for Heretics. That, though, not the best start.
No, that's a player we're going to highlight throughout this series. Koshmaris has had an incredible uptick. You heard it in the interview.
He jumped the trip.
Well, how quickly he adapted to the team.
And he didn't get value.
To start out this map, he'll be
that's fucked up. That is actually fucked up.
The old guard of Team Heretics.
Was the trip bait? No. I think.
They'll rotate into position, but not in time. Smoke's already
Man, maybe that trip is just jumpable, so they were just fully aware.
Into a post plan.
Yeah, the Molly's going to hold them back. Won't be available for the post, but Fnatic clearly a little bit more wary about the retake beginning before.
Full audio into the angle.
Immediately punished. He was meant to be this sort of distractor.
That's not ideal.
Turning back to a 4v4.
Benji's
Also,
watching
Team
the back,
Heretics playing the
waiting for
heavy
Alpha to
retake
down
style.
that corner, and he's made steps now. They know right where he is.
Okay,
They'll just smoke
Fnatic.
off and move to the site where Boaster now stands alone, not even on the
Fnatic
site.
did
In fact, so
not
a bit of a
play for a
problem when it
team
comes
fight
to that
there.
defuse, 'cause they're tucked in the corner.
Okay, not the best movement for Boaster.
But failed to hold control, and as a result, Fnatic will lose the pistol
Morning,
round.
Square.
The defuse puts
Thank you,
Heretics
Square,
1-0
for all the
up.
commands.
Yeah, great start from Rians as well.
Goated.
I think we've spoken about this a lot in the recent few weeks. Is that
How long is Vikash out
Rians
for?
has had
I have
some
no
incredible
idea.
games.
I thought it was
The
indefinite,
joke
right?
was that every time he plays against Foot, he just becomes
So,
a god. But we've been
here's
seeing
the
it
thing.
more and more. His individual.
I've been so worried about Fnatic, man, because this round is like a great example of it.
Guys.
Man, Heretics staying to their system, actually clump team fighting on the retake,
I'll be honest, I thought it'd be a
and
little bit more difficult
Sivov
than that. They made it look quite
individual
It
full
certainly
audio
should have
swing
been. Yeah.
sand.
I think Fnatic
Then instead of Alpha plus the player that was in A
foundations for a
main
very strong
taking
round.
the crossfire together,
Rians
Alpha like gives the space, and then they just
really lengthening the list
dogpile
of teams
each
that he's
player
gonna
into
have
sight on
those
the
big
retake.
performances up against, and that trip not caught.
It's like
The Prowler
they
went
need to
right
find
past
a
it.
way
It's
to
up
team
a
fight,
little
man.
bit higher, and if Crashy's left, that's
They have to
information
find a
for
way to get
free.
on the same page in team
and also
fight.
less indication for them as to where that trip's going to be in the bye rounds. Tries to sneak his way past, won't make it, and all the while it's a massacre in main. When Crashy's eventually makes it here, they know all about him thanks to that trip, and it looks like just dotting the I's.
I'm already
across the T's
I'm
here
already
for
worried
Heretics, and almost
for Fnatic.
flawless round. Alpha able to throw
Because,
in a
like,
bit of a
yeah,
wrench into
they
the works, but
can have insane form. We've seen Kayak
no
recently
love lost
perform
and
insanely
no weapon loss
well.
really for Heretics as well. Pistol and Riens who's rotating through. Alpha's going to need to do a little bit more if he wants to make this costly.
I think they want Rians to get the kill. I think that's why, other than the risk of Alfajer, he stopped fighting just because when he only has a pistol.
But man, in these like
also
post-plant scenarios where you have to play the defensive
Rians is
micro,
the
it feels like
closest
so
one
many
to
teams
Wolves
crumble
actually
under
getting
that
his
under that
For Alfajer,
like
it's getting
different
to the
style of
point where
play.
might be the point of call. And well, I guess both players end up getting the orb that they wanted. They'll even retrieve the extra weaponry, but maybe not quite.
Last second call to pick it up.
Heretics
was,
probably won
quite
fracture.
fortunate,
We'll
or the
see.
Bulldog would go as
We'll
well.
see.
Indeed,
We are
a
on the gun
judge
rounds here.
And a pistol, I think, is all that's going to be lost. Certainly not the end of the world. Nothing to cry about. Genya, Alpha, solid individual. Of course, he can show up for a bit of damage towards the end, but the key
Before
thing
the
is how
Vitality game, I had so much
dominant
faith in
he was
Fnatic.
before,
Well,
how
yeah, I
consistent he
mean,
was. That's what we
they
like
were
to
in
see.
insane
Heretics
form.
playing a tight game. Now the
58% attack
challenge is they come in
sided.
with a pistol and an
Makes
SMG,
sense.
but still, those rifles, they won't be pulling any punches. Fnatic approaching it with numbers. Look at this north side push 3 about to round the corner. And Koshmaris, that's 3 rounds in a row that he has put in the dirt.
Benji just about got out of there. Good usage of the cage meant he couldn't really do too much, and Kayak has dealt with Benji as well immediately. Well, I was going to say they deal with this, but yeah, Rian's just cool. Yeah, just a little bit of spam. He is the only player.
Might be a clean bonus. Might be a clean bonus. Let's see.
He's 1 away from his ult.
4v2.
He'll get it online.
2 coming through. Okay, I mean, both show themselves. I mean, that's pretty much wraps.
You got loads of players with rifles there. Koshmaris getting a 0-3.
Pretty much wraps.
After that initial fight, I think he was the only real rifle. I'm not including the Bulldogs. Bulldog 1v1's on site, nothing works, everything goes the way of Fnatic, and then the Ghost just pops a few shots through the smoke, of course. Riens is having quite a game. It's quite a series of games indeed. We'll see if that keeps up.
Well done, well done. Heretics could be so good if they picked up a top tier duelist. They need like a hard entry duelist, yeah. If they did have like the best hard entry duelist in the league, then it'd probably look pretty insane. As long as they play to their system.
It still had to be
They just look sketchy only when they like randomly break from their system. They look pretty damn comfy when they play their game.
Only 58% attack sided, but for Heretics,
I'll ult for them, honestly.
They've been dominating on their defensive side, and Fnatic, the one map they played it was a 9-3 attack. So it seems we have both teams starting on their favored side from what we've seen so far this stage. And for Alpha, too many targets.
Yeah, you say that, there's a world where he gets them both. I feel like that's the world we live in.
Heretics could really use a guy like that Miniboo kid.
There's most of the time he gets
This time punished, Fnatic forced to readjust.
Yeah, you're not
no
wrong.
control
Yeah,
over
you're
the
not
south
wrong.
side of the map. And so again, the death
you're
ball,
not
the
wrong.
numbers comes into play. Worked phenomenally last time. It was Koshmaras to lose his life early on Dish.
Man, it's so funny too. They ended up like
This time they moved
changing
to the blue side.
roster.
That means the challenge is Woot. And I was gonna say, you know,
They ended up changing roster when it goes into a Neon meta.
they've caught him off guard. Benji's now surrounded and soon to be dealt with. Somehow deals with Seavoff.
Bro, Benji has been looking locked the fuck in.
Sides, and finally he will fall, but
you know what I mean? Like,
is well and truly
his
done.
like mechs are actually so.
You weren't muted just because of something on the broadcast.
It looks like he is so incredibly locked in whenever you like see how he's moving.
And got it right on both occasions. I thought especially the slide out from Kayak would have caught him. Instead, though, it's going to be
Benji is
Crashes
like
clutch.
in
Now,
insane
Blue is
form
close
right
enough.
now.
He should very quickly.
He's not
be
even
able to
taking
make
the good
call
fights
for
in
his
tower,
teammates
by the
to
way.
rotate in. I like the fact that Crashes has actually been able to get an open plant. Gives him way more opportunities, but he's walking into the cross. As a player watching this angle, Boo just sat there waiting. Koshmaras almost sacrificed to the wolves again. And a nice attempt on the reaction shot from Crashes. But Boo, I think maybe a little bit further.
Doesn't Benji play on a super low sense suit, does he?
It was a really nice attempt.
I actually don't know.
Behind it.
Yeah, he's not even taking like the super good fight. He's playing like peak on timing. He catches a very, very good timing, to be fair.
Barrier up. But the story wasn't just about him.
But the peak on timing deep isn't that sick.
Back into position to cover off that push through to the site.
Compared to like if you're just chilling. Like we've already talked about the most free kills here on tower. You just sit here full crouched holding just the rope. This is actually free kills. This is like part of the reason why my theory has like such a heavy focus on like breach Teo and these agents that can like actually flush out tower. Because this angle into tower or onto the rope is just a little too good. The fact that he's taking this like late swing, has to play a 90-degree angle like fucking Crossfire, still gets two. Pretty crazy.
In the round before for Fnatic, so financially still in a pretty good position. One off getting the overdrive as well for Kayak. His role will just be to try and get the entry off the back of Seavoff's ult. The first
that's fun.
Relatively easy to clear. That judge has got rid of one, and actually Boast has gone down just off the back of the nade.
Yeah, it was the stun from Koshmaras
5 drop.
as well. It just kept them in position. That's so nicely
5 drop.
As you said, the last round from Benji.
You could be
was all
Sliggy if you took off the
reactions,
cap.
and this
I
was
think
the
my
same.
vocabulary
There's
would
no
have
way
to
that you
change
can
too.
come that quickly.
I'd have to be saying like nil
Everybody
instead of
singing from the
0.
same hymn sheet.
I'd have to tell you how many
Like to
chances
see
there are
Fnatic,
when they get to 12.
Man down, but no control.
Probably talk about ults a little bit more.
Move towards the north
Talk
side of
about
the
weapon
Benji
choice a little
has
bit more.
slipped through underneath, and they
A little
have
bit more
no
macro.
idea of the snake slithering in the grass right behind them.
Wow, bro.
Benji! He won't get 3, but the round.
Benji's
is
actually
already
incredibly locked in.
theirs. Clean as can be from Heretics.
Count
and
pistols,
we might
yeah.
see a pause from Fnatic soon. This is not going according to plan.
No, I think
They're
just
1-0
seeing
on
some of the
pistols.
individual reactions that are coming out from Heretics. Like they get that early fight, they delay, they slow things down, but on the other side, it's not like players are just sitting there pretty. They take additional space, ready for that backstab. In fact,
Oh,
you can see
one
them
thing,
piece everything together the second they tap that orb. That's when Benji knows he's got them locked in. Rest of the players are already waiting on the site.
One thing too,
for Heretics, again,
we can talk about this a bit. Oh, it's a good time for a timeout.
With that run it back,
Always had this theory that
overdrive being picked up, you kind of expected it to go Fnatic's way.
whenever you're on Fracture,
And they barely even made a dent.
Hey, you think about Alpha in those first couple
and
of
it's
rounds,
like
putting up
you
some
hear
big
or
plays,
see
you put numbers
heavy
for against, and
dish,
you think, okay, well, what
the
happens when the
likelihood
rifles come out?
when
Well,
you stuff them at dish that they just end up arcade
it's
is
been
so
solid
high
from Team Heretics
that
so
you
far, and it should seem that
always,
VCT,
you
the
always should
All those swings to
reinforce
them in
like
some of the smaller
arcade.
games when it comes to the
It's
big
so
ones, that's
unlikely
April
that
Grand
teams
Final
take the rope
especially.
in mid-round.
It's Fnatic.
I don't know if it's like a player psychology thing, but if you ever get stuff to drop, they almost always go arcade. And it's always so easy to set up some arcade setup.
Other than obviously kickoff, I don't think you can argue there was any better team in EMEA than Fnatic, making it to back-to-back international.
That was
grand finals.
part of our like
And then
EG
for Heretics,
2023
the
like
same.
theory
Like, even
on
playing
Fracture.
stand-in, I think when they
You
went
ever
to
like stuff them
Shanghai and being
a
able to
dish?
make it
It's
to the
like,
final,
bro,
always
nobody
being
wants
that
to
first,
re-hit through
second-place
dish.
team, but if you're second place worldwide, that
Nobody
probably means
wants
you're
to
the best team in
re-hit
your
through
region.
dish. Like they're always gonna end up in arcade.
Unless maybe
So we would just set like our
and then
next trap
sometimes that will mean that you're like top three.
in arcade every time.
Well, a 4-1 scoreline for Heretics, and we've just had a pause.
Okay, let's
from
see.
Fnatic.
Bit of a 4-1. Underpass take from Neon. It's full audio though, so they know that somebody's under.
Change to blow in their favor. With 1:20 on the clock.
So the noise is all B main and A main right now. So they know to expect only this side. Look, they're like kind of even opening the arcade gap right now. Brimstone is slowly picking it up.
It's a good job he didn't. Woot just found out the hard way.
If you know that it's heavy through mains, like why is Woot really just like only solo facing that angle on strong side? Doesn't really make sense. Woot's crouch spamming the smoke. Full committed to the angle.
It leaves Kosmaris left. Of course, he's going to be willing to throw this sniper in. Just an attempt to do as much damage as possible. Of course, this was a hefty investment from the side of Fnatic. If he can even take a couple away, that will hold value. But
I'm not going to lie, when I'm
from them already.
when I don't have my coffee fully like set in, I find myself like being a little bit more irritated about like random individual decision making like that. He's actually just standing in the open. He was actually just standing in the open. This spam is unlucky. And Boo is like also full committed to his fight. Sitting in the open, spraying. It's just like, man, you're on strong side. You're full committed to your fight.
Commonly, A aggression in the early stages of the round, something Heretics like to do, be it on that south or north side. So just maybe thinking, okay, we haven't seen much of that towards B. That's a freer spot that we're not going to find immediate resistance, especially with the double jump.
But the thing is, once again, the defensive micro is the hardest. The defensive micro is the hardest. So what that means is like how you create a setup on the strong side. It's not always obvious. The most obvious thing is you need to pick up gaps. But if you have two people committed to B main, how do you plan on holding this B main side, like this B main choke?
Your opponents still think the hit's coming in.
Okay, so Benji Fish has spotted B main. How do they plan on holding? Nade on the exec timing is good. But it's just a bait. They're just using the fast lane to try to bait out utility. The rewalk is scary if they actually hold.
Contend with the control they have or wanting a little more. It's been re-smoked, but they've caught Crashies and then swung into Kayak. A beautiful setup from Heretics. A little bit of aggression sprinkled in, and it's given them the upper hand.
Crashies really did just bunny hop up.
Might have some deep control.
Just kind of die dogging.
Risk running through it, and they're being pincered in from behind. They're slowly being closed in on, and they've only got 25 seconds. They've got nowhere left to go. Boo's even starting to think like, okay, I could just end this round with my ultimate. I'm going to hold it for a second or two, and they don't clear that back corner. Benji once again. He's been phenomenal on this B side.
It's good that Heretics is staying active though. They're staying active in that situation. They double take the B main smoke.
That's where there's a decision. Do we run away? And Woot was going to. He put the blast back down. He wanted to get out. But the second Woot dies, Benji says, I've got to strike. I've got to trade. And he gets in there. That's
Heretics get 7 and they chilling? I mean,
with a 5th on the board, Fnatic.
They already showed the stats. Like it's what 50? It was 58%. 58% per attack is the current
that was brutal. It's a
current stat.
Adaptation to their opponents in the last round.
Of course, Benji plays like Michael Jordan.
Shutting down the position they had success on. Again, a piece or two missing for Fnatic if they lose.
I mean, I've been worried about Fnatic, bro.
A chance for Heretics to run away with this one.
Okay, I said that thing about how like Fnatic's comparable to T1. And maybe that sounds like a bold take, but I'm telling you, bro, there's so many moments when I watch Fnatic that like it feels like they lean into their individuals. Like they rely too much on their individuals to be in like insane form. They don't actually like team fight.
I don't know the idea, the intention here, but with Nightfall, orbital strike, and indeed the finger gun's already out. It's going to be a lot.
It sounds like a weird take, but like I'm telling you, it's like low-key kind of true.
Will not be pushed out of position on site there.
T1 did a Haven A retake 3 times. Did they win?
Ultimates finding nothing. It leaves them so far on the back foot that I'm surprised they're even still trying. Weapons being thrown away. They've got the credits.
Did they win the Haven A retakes?
Starting to second guess it, but doesn't get a choice.
Yeah.
By the way,
really nice round
your name being MIBR is overrated is actually perfect for yesterday.
There's an orbital strike going off.
That was crazy, bro. What a crazy series.
Through the orbital strike, but whoever did that, I think, helped out Kayak massively because it just clips Koshmaris enough that he starts to doubt something. He's like,
kind of agree, but they keep playing well. Well, it's just when they're in defensive micro situations, like you'll see it a lot. Like if you remember.
As you said,
it's a good time to pause.
Dump for Heretics in a retake where, sure,
if you remember this round,
again, you use everything.
Sivoff, hard swinging, full solo, Alfajer, +1 player. I don't remember who it was that had this angle. These two players can connect to jiggle team fight. The players coming through door, like the clump of Heretics. They can use their space advantage to actually create a crossfire, but they don't.
Into favored scenarios.
Then the players in these positions also don't find a way to like play off of one another. So they had absolutely no like. They didn't bridge any of the two-player interactions. So it's a little bit like the NV theory of like they play well as ones or as fives. Because like playing well as ones or fives is the easiest thing to do in this game. Playing well as like a 2, playing well as like a 3. Not very easy. You need to have very good communication. Very good flow.
On the Phoenix, there's a lot of opportunities, but yet to see it just yet in this match. But already, as said, like for Heretics, the expectation is for them to have a fairly strong defensive half, and the same for Fnatic from what we've seen on this attack. Them going in level.
Okay, a bit of a 3-1-1 for Fnatic.
Craziest of things, but
I think the attack side stuff is going to be easier for Fnatic.
Up the pieces of the weak economy, but this is everything on the line.
A little bit of contact play.
Molly from Boo's going to delay them, but they take
Ooh, he actually takes timing through Molly. We didn't smoke.
Unfortunately, is a slip up.
Who didn't smoke?
Sivoff was waiting on the side. It's success across the board.
He just took that timing through the neon wall and just died to the Phoenix.
With Alpha holding for that second.
I mean, it seems like Heretics is also struggling with the defense macro. Dude, honestly, if I'm Team Heretics, I'm playing retake like everywhere.
It doesn't look like he's given up on it just yet. Knows there's a player close. Has the right idea.
Doesn't feel like they have a good understanding of how to defend this B side at all.
And only the double needed to close. 5-4.
Have Benji play entrenched in tower.
Yeah, I like him trying to
push through A.
Fight to the end. Like he knows where they are. Just nothing
35 stream streak, goated, bro.
Very, very good discipline from the side of Fnatic.
He's too wide on the angle, Koshmaris.
Feels like they've spotted the gap. Like the spot where there's the biggest weakness there.
Koshmaris is too wide on the angle, and he's playing Neon.
Other than the massively aggressive push through the smoke, they haven't been caught. They've been able to deal with the judge up.
That's the second time that somebody used our YouTube short. Well, he may have not used our YouTube short, but like that he played the angle from the YouTube short, and he died for free because 1, you're playing Neon, so that they can actually see the tip of your head, but also 2, he's a little too wide on the angle. That's kind of funny.
I swear I heard someone take damage, no? I feel like I heard the character noise, but I don't see anyone low on HP. That's throwing me for a loop. But okay.
Okay, a bit of a retake here, but the retake through spawn. Retake through spawn, not very fun. Like to see 2 toward B, 3 toward A. And instead of trying to defend top site, just have Cypher stay in tower, and then you guys play a retake from mid.
Coming behind through arcade. Fnatic have got everything in their favor.
Okay, let's see the Fnatic team fight here.
Good luck to Heretics.
Oh, even the Nightfall committed. They really are taking this one as safely as possible. Even still, Koshmaris has managed to find a kill. He's trying to bait them out with the tap of the spike. And eventually will. Nice trade from Benji, but once more, there's another layer to this. Another player that they have to deal with up in the tower. And all the more, they've only just figured out that Alfajer is back towards the ramp for Boot. Chance of winning the round.
I mean, Fnatic played it as well as they could have, to be honest. They didn't get some like big team fight into the open here where it's like 5 people. 5 people like fighting the 5 people that are like scaling out into site. But they all kind of tucked at the same time. They took good duels, good long-range duels. The only player that couldn't really join into any engagement was the site player. Everyone else is smoked or mollied off, so Not bad.
It makes sense. You put the orbital strike through. I'm surprised with the Nightfall as well.
Found the wave.
Like you said,
The wave we're riding. Good job, boys. Good comp.
Or like he said, even better, riding the wave, making sure that they don't give any opportunities to fight back in. Now coming into this round as well, it's not like they're without anything. A run it back is just one orb away, and there's quite a few orbs to pick from when it comes to this map. Phoenix can get you in, and from that point, you're at least guaranteed, even at the half. They just need this round, but Heretics have invested fully, and somehow Koshmaris avoids.
These are very scary repeats.
He's got the info early.
And here comes the overdrive.
Double side hold.
Been sent out.
Oh, well done by Woot, man.
From Woot. A little bit of luck that has gone a long way. Leaves just 3 remaining for the side of Fnatic. Of course, you mentioned the running back. It is online, and the other ult that they used is also now gone. Left to Alfajer, and unfortunately, again,
Team Heretics round.
too many targets. Nothing landed. And with the spike down, even a recovery here seems impossible. Of course, credits-wise,
Will Silent drop that?
Position, so it's no
Nah,
real
it didn't even
surprise
matter.
to see Fnatic try and just throw bodies at this.
What up, Dino?
Crashies probably is a little bit surprised.
Good morning.
There's still someone on the B site.
Yeah, I don't think that would have crossed his mind for even the second. And actually, the time it's going to take this fight is going to win the round.
He just wants to kill him
for
now.
Heretics. But yeah,
just for being a rat. He's like, you know what? We don't like rats. Get out of here, boo. But yeah, 14 HP. Probably just going to try and hold on to the gun. And he's not going to.
mission failed. One more to play with now. Fnatic stalled out there at the 5 mark. Hey, again, finding 3 in a row in the last. I think it was important to keep that momentum going. But
man, that's so
what
big.
do you do about this?
It's just RNG.
Every setup in the world, every strategy you put into play. There's one rocket well placed through a cage, and that's the end of your run. But
nice, let's go, guys. Come on.
Okay, put Benji in tower. Put Benji in tower. 3A main.
For Fnatic coming into the final
and that's okay.
Not really seen much from Seabuff on this Phoenix so far.
Oh, it's been awful.
Good morning, Medicify. How's it going, bro?
Have been collected throughout the game, but unfortunately not a lot of them coming off the kills.
Wide angle against Fade Fade Phoenix.
On the run it back, but, especially with the
not often going to get value with the operator, I think, there.
No, it's just going to be the spam through. Kayak's at least done well on the other side, and then re-aggresses to take down the flanking Benji. Turns it back into an advantageous position, but more importantly, opens up A. However,
man, I really do think that Team Heretics could have gone for like.
Incredible. They've pulled out Koshmaris.
That is pretty sick. We've talked about this a lot, and I like that a lot from Fnatic. Fnatic does have like pretty insane like strategic moments for sure. Man, this full sprint from one player while the others hold the reaction, fast lane out, that is nice, bro. That's a very nice moment.
It looks like we're destined.
And once again, we're kind of seeing the same issue from Team Heretics, man. If they understood their win con within their system and just kept playing like the standard defense, I feel like Fnatic really had no route into this game.
And look how quickly Fnatic were all grouping up to push him, to hunt him. He got that kill. They're like, okay.
Damn.
Let's play this seriously.
This could have been a very heavy stomp, I think, for Team Heretics.
And even half.
They started fumbling the bag a bit, man.
But we have to see what's going to happen in the next. For the past weeks, we have been keeping up today with the race to 3,000 kills between Alfajer and Kankan. Ginny is standing by with the man himself for an update.
The race to 3K has been concluded on the CN side of things. Alpha, I thought I'll play you a little clip first things first, see your reaction to that.
Which I'm doing flex roll, so I think I'm better, but good luck, guys.
刚刚小友是不是也听懂了刚才他大概说了些什么？
是的，哎呀，其实对于我来说真无所谓，他要觉得他厉害点，他厉害点就行了，对吧？然后。 反正我还是那句话，我不在意谁先到达3000上，我只在意。
I dropped from Ascendant 2 to Diamond 3? No!
10,000 kills. That's a lot.
No!
He has a goal for himself. I mean, like he's saying that I don't care who is getting 3K kills and stuff. And he was trying to be humble a little bit. He was saying if he thinks he's better and stuff. But I mean, I don't think I'm better than him. I don't think he thinks he's better than me. I think it's just Valorant. Everyone is good in their role. And I want to say congrats to him that he reached his 3K kills, and he has a goal to get 10K kill, and I hope he's gonna be successful on that goal.
That's very diplomatic and very kind of you to say. Do you have an individual goal for yourself as
It's because of that rain message I got cursed. No, Dino.
Because I won Masters, I won Lock-in. Like, I can't count how many times I win on the EMEA. So I have one goal left to win champions. Last year we missed with one step away, and I hope before I'm retired I will be winning champions.
Okay, I really like that goal. So last question, did you drop to lower bracket then on purpose so they can get some more kills?
Of course.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we're gonna head back to you guys.
Well, a tough race to
35 stream streak, goated, Dino. Goated.
Finish line in sight, but for Fnatic,
10K even possible? How long would that take? I feel like that would take fucking ages. Considering how long he's been playing, and he's at 3K.
To a 6-6 score line. Keep in mind,
the 3K has to be just from franchise era though, right?
And they won pistol.
Franchise started in 23.
The thing is,
so,
a lot of the time
yeah, I
they've
mean,
been so sort of dominant in that first half that we've seen a lot less of their attack.
What was your rank in league when you coached? When I started coaching, I was basically the equivalent of Grandmasters now.
Care about my opinion, Mitch? Why would we bother with that when we can listen?
Back then there was no Grandmasters, so Diamond 1 like 50 LP was pretty much Grandmasters or like low challenger.
One tower, guys.
Oh shit.
Chill, guys. Can we kill tower? Everybody stay in tower. Can we kill tower?
Killing me, guys.
Good job. Guys, one behind.
Kill CT, kill CT.
Nice. Last behind.
Main, close. Take on me.
W Benji.
Only on me. Yeah, it's good. Stabilize, guys.
I'm peeking on
you can pick on me as well.
Things getting
W Benji. He had good comms.
Only Kayak left. 4 players.
Can we fight tower? But saying can we fight tower when there's nobody close to you is like a little
a pretty good map so far, but they've spotted him now.
Some comms need to just say no. You know what I mean?
Ooh, okay.
Well,
that was a nice shot.
Big risk.
The problem now is the time. Like, there's so much that Kayak would have
The problem
to do.
is,
I think
sometimes the can we...
How many orbs can he farm up in the next few seconds, especially with the deep control?
Sometimes the can be bad if you're super split like that. Because like nobody was close, so they didn't want to like call off the tower take. Because they don't know if anybody else can support tower. Everybody was kind of like in a frontline position here.
But an important one to take, nonetheless.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like Benji's pivot and just saying fight Gen.
Opponent after that first half
as sick.
Well. The pistol that they found, that Heretics found, is being
Team Heretics is close to being good, chat. Really fucking close to being really good.
And that's a conversation that I think is very consistent with Fnatic waking up into series again. The era, the dynasty of comebacks that they've had. But then we've seen it in events as well. We've seen it outside of just the maps. Them getting better as the tournament goes on and as the stakes grow steeper, grow greater. But here with the pistols, there's not a peep from the defensive side. Boo goes down, but...
Okay, Woot is going to be 3 off after planning air.
Decent tag on Woot. But it is Alpha left alone again to try to not win the round, really.
Spike planted.
Do damage.
He's going to try.
No doubt he will, but I think it's an unreasonable goal.
Yeah, you know. Alfajer does unreasonable things sometimes.
Woot definitely wants either a kill or a death here.
The fact
for the
that
orb.
He was in the race
Well done. Best case scenario.
Concon gets to play the whole of his playoffs.
Yeah, it's
not really
like that Gen smoke. Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's
I
good.
would say it was cheating, but you know.
If you want to get that extra space in Gen,
right
like that player that's on the right is actually extremely easy to section out.
Didn't add another to the tally. And Heretics a relatively clean conversion, even though it definitely had some danger about it. Also for Woot, earning up a lot of orbs early. Couple away from that showstopper. On most maps, we talk about like, okay, maybe in a round, he'll be able to get that showstopper. On this map, he could very easily get it this round.
More than enough orbs on offer.
Ooh, is it like a fake arcade default into a beat pop? That's kind of cool.
You can see presence taken by Heretics north side, already speeding up. Woot is going straight into heaven. He's giving it away though. The boombot's been sent through, but he is
Spawn flood.
it up at a pace.
Spawn flood on our
Fnatic
first
just
gun
could not
round.
expect.
He got the orb.
Showstoppers online from Woot, but Steve-Off is fighting back. The rocket not going to land on him, but he sent instead Corral towards the executioner of Benji Fishy. And with Kayak alone this round,
they're going back.
Where everything was committed.
Okay, when you're anti-bonus, if you're playing Spawn Flood, I feel like that is not very ideal.
Where we'll swing
He's gonna
back
get there first.
They've fallen flat on their face. It's on Kayak to pick them right back up.
Now Woot's low. He's got here so quickly that not only will they not have heard him.
Kayak would have to go fucking mental, man. He needs to like go out Rafter and just hold. This is also fine. I'm just worried about his timing.
But realistically, he's so
he has to find the early pick.
Anybody expect him to be here? The first, that was the low player. The next two definitely going to be a little bit tougher. Trying to bait him into a swing, but almost waiting to see where that second player comes from. Boo. Just stuck within the site.
Walk around glitch, being abused. Hit out the setup. Knows both players.
However, a hefty tag onto Kayak.
41 HP, he can take a bullet.
Less likely. No reason for them to swing anymore. They've grouped up
he
together.
Pops the door to create this 50-50 pressure trap.
And Benji's just waiting. They got a high
well
low just to make sure it's cleared.
Well done, well done.
Round from Benji Fishy, and more importantly,
Man.
a huge victory for Heretics.
Oh, really quick thinking from Benji and Pooh there as well. When the door opens, you see them instantly set up the high-low in a position that Main, if he does go there, it gives no angles. It gives no opportunity to fire back to spot info, and they can take the double peek after. And if he doesn't go to Main, well, then he's walking right into your high-low setup. So
usually, you want to do the classic
and I think there's been a couple moments where
Neon Phoenix fade, fights for A main.
But once it gets serious, like goes
Cypher plays in tower, Brimstone plays out, and then you play for the A retake through like flanking.
The flash.
Oh, this timing, bro. The timing on the door is actually incredible. What the fuck?
How much more can he get from here? In fact, the smoke has to go down to get him out. They do manage to extract Kayak, so a man advantage persists.
Yeah, Boast has already retrieved a gun as well. Of course, for Heretics, they were at least able to get out with a spike. That could have been really dangerous if that had been dropped behind the smoke instead. They're looking to try and re-clear the same angle. If anything, it's the same trap being set, and this time Kayak's on the other side.
My god, bro.
A shot through the smoke. It clears out Boo. No other additional weaponry has been retrieved just yet, still leaving it.
I feel like they just have to keep going A main, no?
But that is the risk. That's why
they don't want to give away these guns. Did they toss out the guns?
It guarantees weaponry into enemy hands. And I think now with Crashy's clearing, there was temptation to go for it, but as of right now,
wait,
they're going to go just with that singular.
Fnatic didn't go for the guns. Did they hear that? Maybe the guns got tossed out. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Woot's trying to take space, but Alpha's already here, locking it down. Benji alone, big plays as we've said. We've seen him deliver, but this one too hefty.
Wow, spammed, bro.
They make it up to 7. Very well played in the late stage. And I think the perfect time for it as well. It felt like Heretics were just about to run away with the game.
Well, yeah, you lose your bonus. You win an Emoda Thrifty.
Classic
right
Fnatic game, expecting a double OT.
Also just not only
bro, the door pop timing from Sevolf was like literally perfect.
Okay, we've now swapped.
Also, this A main fight, I didn't really think about it, but Bandit is actually fucking nice. You can easily take these fights.
It's a crazy thing. He's sometimes going to get free kills.
These are all close range fights with Bandit.
With a rifle he didn't have at the beginning, kill both at the end.
What up, Vera? 7 stream streak?
Yeah,
go.
It was filling back into space as well. Alpha had the rifle, but he also just had the right timing to get in towards elbow to deny that bit of extra space that Heretics wanted. Of course, they wanted that space just to take a quick fight, get out, equalize the numbers, but...
What up, T? MIBR is overrated. Give to tier 1 sub to Vera. Thank you, bro. Thank you, MIBR.
Evade Heretics, but Abide doesn't. They're able to invest. They don't have that big old gun. They don't have the op. You see it instead in the hands
Produce on the tight crack here.
Opponent's about to round that corner. Prowler goes first, and he fires the shot out instead. Okay, Heretics have bought themselves a second. Leaves of light. Sevolf up close.
One is probably enough there. Fucking hell. Fade Prowler into an ult.
To take it down as it rings out up in heaven. Or they could send it to the other side of the map, but they need to make a choice soon. 45 on the clock.
They're going to get the info.
Oh.
I guess Kayak on the other side has it as well, but another shot that goes around.
Rens is extremely locked. What the fuck? He just barrel jiggled him.
A somewhat isolated Kayak and then caught up from a different angle. Alfajer hoping that maybe he can get some information off his remaining utility. But they are going to be able to cross the block.
My goodness, man.
While trying to get the spike down,
my goodness, bro. MIBR is overrated with another gifted to I miss her. Go, bro.
We've got some credits to spare, but maybe not enough for everybody. Because of that, they've just got to hold on to the guns.
Is Neon nerfed already? No. Neon is not currently nerfed.
Well, it doesn't look like.
What a smoke spam? Yeah, it's a pretty nice line.
But happy to pick up an upgrade.
Pretty nice line, but Boaster is also spamming. So it's kind of easy.
And I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Now, Heretics move north side, get out with weapons, okay, but double digits, that's the more important thing.
Man, that was really good slow play by Team Heretics.
Removed from Fnatic's clutches as well. A buy in the next possible, especially with Kayak's ultimate, but it does feel like
they managed that very well.
To the line in the sand. It's been a back and forth affair so far, but a trip at this hurdle for Fnatic will probably leave them in the dust.
Yeah, and that's it. The time to take a pause is now. Like another 4-1 deficit, same as the last.
Could you even see Boaster's spam line from that angle?
From that position, but we are seeing some sort of glaring issues. I think one of them, obviously, like you look at Sivov in comparison to the first week, no pressure versus BBL. They'd already qualified him first. It literally didn't matter what happened in that game. So
I'm pretty sure,
pride and maybe doing
if I remember correctly, it was also a Vandal spam.
Then you go into the high pressure game versus Vitality, and he definitely struggled. You could see the difference. Maybe you talk about different caliber of opponent or form, but right now, it's been troublesome. And don't get me wrong, the last round, he gets hit by an Orbital Strike, still gets one, gets out. That's not so much of an issue. The attack side, him having that Phoenix, having to run it back, and never really having too much impact.
I do like the walk-into side from Team Heretics. It was nice.
Suffering a bit more with that stand-in, which is something that needs to be talked about. I think
they like slowly took this space, just threw smokes, and then walked into sight. Look, Benji gets a kill fully off the walk-around glitch. Deep position here from Wood as well once the smokes fade. Yeah, like he's just full spamming him. With Vandal, kind of a illegal behavior.
I think also, I would just do the comparison of Boaster's individual performance. When you have your team, you can focus more on you. When you have someone new, you have to focus on them. And you've seen his individual level also take a bit of a dip heading into the playoff stage.
That's understandable.
For both of these teams, to be honest, I'm never really worried about their attack micro.
We've had the timeout from Fnatic. We've spoken.
I feel like both of these teams are pretty smart when it comes to like not giving away too much info, throw smokes, walk around.
Quick burst of energy. If they lose out on this one,
it's always like the defensive side of things where you have to like make a decision between like, are we holding gaps? Are we finding a way to like multi-swing an angle or create a trap scenario?
They still get him a rifle, but they've lost the B site, forced into the retake early on.
Now Fnatic is once again in a retake scenario where 4 are through spawn.
Like when you have to run it
like Kayak will have to do like some near impossible work here.
To run in, get some information, maybe get a kill, have no risk behind it, then you can follow up at pace, and that's not bad already.
And they've shut down the Phoenix ult very early.
Puts them with a man advantage. Alfajer is looking to try and get them the rest of the information, try and clear those players from the backline. That's exactly what they're doing. Get rid of Riens and leave it onto 2. No ultimate to play with. Boo just needs to swing this.
Hold on.
Now they know exactly where Benji
Once again, the attack micro, I am not worried. I'm not worried.
Get his kill until towards the end.
I think positionally, going 4 from spawn is fucking hard.
And I have
fucking hard.
Doubt that they would have put it into the round. But instead
the Team Heretics wasn't really able to get like a team fight going. Here, Wood solo swing dies. Solo slide dies. Push underpass dies. Tower hold dies. All individual.
Pressure was on. This is a round they have to deliver in, and my God, they did. Playing the retake from the get-go, and it was all according
Late
to
lurk
plan.
solo dies.
With still some ammunition locked and loaded. The magazines don't need a touch-up.
Oh, this is going to be fast. Surely. All 5 players grouped up. Overdrive for Cosmaris. They've also got Nightfall.
Garrett getting 12 ADR. Is that good?
They knew that there's a good opportunity. They're going to send in an ult. They're going to get super pacey with it. and go for that post plant. Fnatic very happy to try and play the retake, especially now.
Okay, here comes another attack scenario. Attack versus defense.
Strike. They can clear some of those angles.
Let's
Heretics,
see.
though, their response, playing
Can
more
Team Heretics find a way to fight together?
Easy chokes, like you expect that orbital strike.
They have a really good opportunity for a good interaction here in arcade. Slide peek. Benji just Benji just runs at him.
To push in off their ults, and it's Benji fighting too. The push up from Seavoff is messy. He's got there in the end, but Benji's triple has kept it within the realms of possibility for Heretics. They've heard the steps. They know where Koshmaris is coming
Pre-fires
from.
on his next swing.
Had so much faith in Boaster.
Man.
5 HP, and he sticks the defuse.
Yeah, normally you might consider doing that the other way around, so you can take a tag or two, depending the angle he comes from, but no. You realize, okay.
The double face here is nice.
It matters that we win the round.
Running this guy down.
I really like this round entry from both
Not bad.
sides. Like, obviously, maybe a whiff or two in the mix of it, but it's the adaptations they made. First, one team realizing that, okay, Nightfall.
These rounds are insanely close.
Into that overdrive is a really good aggressive combo. Let's avoid that. Let's let them get the post plant set up with good ultimates. Then
Doesn't feel like Team Heretics got double pistol.
We know where that orbital strike is
well,
going. Let's play aggressive ahead of it.
For me, it does. For me, it does right now. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Team Heretics found their like win con early on, kind of went away from it.
It was
on the defensive
3
half.
rounds that went off eliminations, 1 with the spike exploding in between, and then the rest for Fnatic have all been retakes.
Yeah, the retakes have been looking very good, but you have to think back to those rounds where they have a run it back, they have a Nightfall, they have a orbital strike in play as well.
Actually,
like,
that could be a good round to
ults
instant
are
replay,
helping
honestly.
out a lot in those fights, and I do think that.
Kind of curious to know, like,
from Heretics.
What happened to the side players here? See, arcade fight happens. Rienz is in a committed position for sure. Definitely not an S tier spot. Rienz ends up being committed. You can't really pivot very well from here. I like the approach from Boo and Rienz to try to make Rienz's position actually good.
When the playing field's a little
Boo
bit
dying is big, chat. Probably the biggest issue here. Then Benji Fishy's in a spot where he's hard swinging. I don't know what happened to Koshmaris. How did Koshmaris end up solo deep arcade? Probably grabbing a gun, huh?
I think I've seen this guy get so many sliding sheriff kills, which
It got disjointed quick. When Boo died, and Koshmaris was so far, but Benji's still forcing the duel.
Yeah, to be fair. Especially, I think the Turkish players have really been pushing forward the use of the bandit. It's not that surprising when you have the best first bullet accuracy.
Benji waited for Koshmaris. Boo lives. It's like perfect team fight for Team Heretics. Just sack Rienz's position.
We can see that, but towards this B side as
like
well,
I said, this is the hardest part of Valorant, to be honest, in team play. This defensive micro.
No noise on B whatsoever. No utility, no presence. They're not falling for a ruse just yet. They're not going running into the attackers who are sat patiently waiting on that south side, expecting the overextension. But luckily the Prowler goes through. Heretics are wary of the space they've given up. But what do they do here? You've already used both of your Prowlers. The reveal now finds nothing. You've only got main for your trouble. Now the site push needs some help.
Oh, there's so many players here from Fnatic.
I actually like that from Fnatic.
Of what is going on. 4 players already on this side of the map. Benji's done well though. The re-swing, it's aggressive, it gives opportunity, but
that's actually a very good protocol to have.
It's still left at the back of the site. Kayak, he is not a man that you want to try and deal with in 8 seconds. A Boaster's there on the cross.
That's a really, really nice protocol.
Fnatic to level things up. And Mitch, if the game
when
so
people get
far
pushed off in a main like this,
8
whoa, what happened? Oh, I was on like some highlighter mode. When you get pushed off a main,
that's what I was saying coming in the second half as well, right? Like,
and you know that they're in a main, a lot of teams will take this sand space because they know that sand is weak. But a lot of reactions from the defending team would be to fall back into sight instead of kind of testing the waters in a main. So the rewalk in a main is actually like really good as a protocol, man. They heard Sandor open, so instead of falling back into sight deeper, they ended up actually re-pushing this space silently. That's actually pretty cool. It's not a very natural reaction. But it is true, like usually teams take sand as 4. They'll 4-1 it.
Teams have really struggled to deal with. Fnatic have not. Koshmaris has been going down first, I'd say in the majority.
You say earlier if they flood sand, they won't take the zip? Like if they take dish, they won't take the zip? It's really unlikely, yeah.
That run it back is already online.
It is pretty unlikely.
6 orbs. It's aggressive though from
Some teams do it because they know the protocol. It's kind of same as like the clutch thing that we talked about.
But they do also have to deal with the
like if they tap on half, then they're not on it.
They've seen nothing towards that mid spot.
He just ulted Benji.
Okay, well, there's no one here, so that must mean they're pushing the extremities. I think Crashies has now had that realization. But yeah, one of the weirdest rotations.
You think they're trying to like set him up for
how's Benji so low?
A bait? Or does he just hate Benji?
Round 21.
No, let's just spread the false narrative.
Is set to take the lead. Benji will catch Alpha there.
I think they're trying to bait for him.
No surprise.
If I had to guess.
Him to be in that corner. I thought a big old rocket came and cleared it. Sevov takes down Boo though. The ult not offering up a trade. Now they move to the side. Kayak's gotten the finger guns out, but Crashy's landing too is what secures the round for Fnatic. 11 on the board. The team that needed an answer seems to have found one, with the lead being Fnatic's.
Yeah, even though they kind of fell for what was a very good rotation from Heretics, like making the realization there's no one through the map. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
He smiled.
That's why I was saying. I wonder how he's so low.
I got it from what you said, but I was like, what? I was like, oh, bro, just straight up showstopping his own teammate.
He went, oh, there's no one here. I'll just fire it over where my teammate is. The man of culture. Yeah, but to be fair, when
it was actually the ultimate bait.
When he emerges from
Fadeless Neon ult combo is OP, yeah.
So confused as Alpha. Like what?
It really is.
Wow.
Oh, what a strange round.
Stinky buy from Heretics. A lot thrown into the last round. The showstopper was used. I wouldn't say utilized.
No.
It was used.
It was fired.
But now, they've been giving up this side a lot. And instead, Alfajer is actually sat within it. Maybe a bit of a nasty surprise, but it seems to be something they're well aware of. Boo's done well. The swing up to Alpha.
Great trades. Great trades. Very good position for Sivov. I actually like that.
Right towards the end of this map.
Be part of the people that migrated from WoW to League back in the day.
In one half, at least, getting themselves the bonus.
Yes, kind of.
Now sit
I was playing WoW during that time, yeah.
Really shouldn't happen.
I was playing WoW and I was playing
like when a player has that resurgence in the later
Dota
stage of a game,
before League.
Can be honest about how cheeks the first half was.
WoW, Counter-Strike, and Dota before League of Legends.
And now he's online. He's
no, my ads just played, bro.
That's exactly what we want to see. That was a big 3K from him under pressure.
Gosh.
And that's not only
thought we were good on ads, but I was wrong.
For the next map, which is the pick of Fnatic, but
recently, whenever it goes to round 23, it feels like the ads usually play then.
At the final
I need to fix that.
Tolls 2 rounds. 2 chances for Fnatic to lock in the lead. Coming
Need to like min-max the ad timing before. 4v4. This is a really hectic scenario. Great position from Kayak, man.
The team Heretics, and they've been smoked by the players on the other side.
Great position.
Doesn't even fire a shot in the right direction before Sevov himself puts him to bed. That is a Fnatic bounce back on map number 1, and their pick is up next.
Yeah, really impressive stuff. The fact that they were down in both halves. Let's go down.
Team Heretics is close, man.
Kayak, an absolute solid performance coming through from you here in a
They're so close to being a good team.
What are you making sure to keep this momentum going? Because only 1 map left.
Honestly, just do the same like we did on this map, and we're gonna win. So.
All right, well, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much. Good luck with that. We're gonna be heading over to a break, and we'll be back with the next map of the series.
They're so close to being a good team. I think if they unironically, if they just create setups that are like, if they create setups that are like good for their style and that they like hard lean into that, then I think Team Heretics will win more often, man. They look so uncomfortable in these scenarios where it's like not very clear what the micro setup is supposed to be on site to deal with the defensive scenario. Like this round where Boo is just like super wide in the open, committed to his duel. Woot is also in the open, just fully committed to his duel. Man, it's just like there's no synergy here. There's no predetermined setup. And like as a coach, it's really, really nice to be able to have flexibility within your players to understand how to play like the defensive micros, like setups and micro situations. But if it's not working, you just have to like make it more structured, I think. You have to make it more structured. If it's not consistent on its own, as frustrating as it may be, you just have to like make a crazy amount of structure to make it consistent. Ay. The result needs to be explained, yeah. Yeah, maybe he just freaked out, bro. When you're here taking spawn, it's kind of hectic. Anything that pops on your screen, he just insta-flicks him. Maybe he's really trying to set up his position, but probably not. Probably not. The direct ult is, what, like, I think it was 75 damage? Something like that. Not gonna lie, I don't think it's enough for Team Heretics. I don't think it's enough. Double pistol, they fell out of the system about halfway through this defensive half. If they committed to that retakey style, bro, they look so good. It feels like they don't know their win con. They don't know their like team identity in win con, and like where their weaknesses are currently. And they're not going to be able to really adapt that into the series. I feel like that's a bit of a game plan thing. Yeah, they definitely needed Fracture. Actually, to be honest though, like Lotus, if Team Heretics play the retake style, they can win Lotus. But they looked like they weren't going to play that win con. Will you be watching EWC, Pacific, and EMEA qualifiers? I need to find out about permission to be able to stream EWC. If I can, I will. If I can, I will, but I don't know who to reach out to. Does anybody know who to reach out to for that? Maybe I'll reach out to my Riot contact. Oh, I just clicked on the wrong thing.
Also got to see on Fracture time and time again.
Okay.
The most important round that Fnatic was able to close were those retakes.
I will be right back. I'm gonna grab a little bit of food during this break.
Really know where to position themselves and are just
so I have good energy.
all of this utility that
Let's say that's your best bet. Okay.
Yeah, I think I had mentioned
and I'll be right back.
I preferred the Raze coming into this, and I think
You're wrong. No.
because of, I think that's we can be wrong in some instances, but I think that's because of the kind of meta that we're shifting into, expecting to see more Sentinels. But I think Milan kind of hit the nail on the head, right? The way in which they were utilizing the Phoenix kit to be able to come in for these retakes, and honestly all the players were able to step up because of those protocols that were in place.
I think also that there's many things that go for Phoenix in this map, and especially within this meta. So because of the way the Fracture is and how open the spaces are, the more barriers or like utility that you can have to cover that vision, the better. And in the way that Fnatic has it, they have Kayak's wall, they also have the cages from Alpha, they have obviously the smokes from Brimstone, and you also add in all the utility from Siva. So it's very overwhelming, and it gives you a lot of tools, not only for the retakes, but also to even get in and out of side when you're on the attack. So it's a very nice balance and something that you can abuse.
Yeah, I wouldn't say worried is the right word here, but it was just intriguing to see that Heretics started off so strong in that first half, where it felt like maybe we're going to have a bit of a blowout, and so Fnatic taking their time out, they slow it down a bit more. And is there a specific player that you think was able to keep them in the race a bit more, whilst it took the rest of Fnatic to...
Benjamin.
Yeah, Benji.
No, I'm talking about on Fnatic, sorry.
Oh,
no,
on
on Heretics,
Fnatic
I know it's Benji.
I think
Bro was fine
Crashies
for his London life.
Yeah, Benji really,
Yeah.
like,
No, definitely.
right from the get-go, playing from tower, Benji was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
With me, in the first half, actually, I really... Production, this is scary. I really like Crashies
On the
because,
first half,
yeah. Even if in the second one he didn't have the craziest numbers, Benji was being such a nuisance to deal with. I really like how Fnatic were taking the time, I know that they're very known for that, to actually understand how Team Heretics was presenting the map today, but I really think that he stepped up, and I think that taking Arcade and everything would have not been possible without him.
Yeah, I think the key kind of takeaway was that both teams were able to have such a great defensive half, and then Fnatic obviously being able to come away with it once that switch sides happened. So yeah, I think Crashies obviously having a great performance in the first half, as we mentioned, and then them just being able to close it out.
Yeah, a lot of things going right for Fnatic, the retakes, having a player that could keep you in there, try and shut down what Heretics are trying to do. But for Heretics, they're going to have to look towards that next map. They want to be able to make sure that they're going to be able to have a better showing on Lotus.
Yeah, but the problem we saw last time was they were playing in.
The site of many hard
dying
battles between you
so
and Fnatic.
similarly.
What's the key to beating them on it?
I think the key for me is not really map related. I think we were in complete control of that map just now, and we lost our composure. We let the hard rounds get to us, and we just completely bottled it, to be honest. So it doesn't really matter the map. We know how we need to win. We were in a good position that game, and we just kind of didn't close it out. So the key to beating them is making sure we bring our A game, to be honest.
Do you read into this, Kakuku? On, or it's that right amount of being critical and having the discipline of you need to show up and
Morning,
be
Kat.
a bit better.
How's it going?
Sometimes we get this kneeling Weber.
But I feel
where they're
like-
very honest. I like that personally, and I think they are right. Like they were very close to beating them, and at some point they forgot how good they were. I think that one of the players that didn't show up.
Yeah, I mean,
had
that
been showing
kind of,
up, especially
I
on
don't
Fracture,
know.
was Koshmara.
It's hard, honestly, to have the right answers when you're like
that double with ace wood in the double kills.
playing,
And now the ball is in their court. When we
and you have like a
think about
limited perspective of what's
Lotus,
going on.
And I was saying like, oh, why is Sivov going to be playing? Like he has never played the
Yeah, I
Viper.
am
Is this
eating.
going to be
Yeah.
a 1-for-1? Is this a way how that Fnatic want to surprise us with?
Yeah, I think that's something to consider, right? We don't actually know what Sivov is going
What's
to
for
be
breakfast?
playing, and so we
Pancake,
come into this where
eggs,
they could have a
blueberries.
card up their sleeve. It's just a question of what does that actually look like.
Yeah, well, hopefully those questions are going to be answered for us soon, right? Instead, we get to keep looking towards Lotus, what is going to be
W-wife.
happening, and here it is, our agent select coming up. We get to talk about a little bit more of if we're seeing what exactly you want for success on the
Killjoy.
side to push it to a game 3.
Yeah, for the side of Kayak, he had an amazing map 1. I know that we were
Already went on my rant
highlighting
about
that
Killjoy
not
on
being
this map.
possible Without Kayak bringing the performance that he
Bro, I think
promised us
if
at
they
the beginning
made
of the day,
okay
that
for this
we
map
have
in
to look
particular.
at Team Heretics. Elimination is on the line.
For this
Lotus
map in
is the map
particular,
that they have played the most
if they
throughout
gave
this
just
stage.
a little
We
bit more
talked
range
about
on this
Benji's
turret,
how he's performing, especially
and you
with
could
the
play
Vice,
Bend,
he has to be the one stopping
Killjoy would be
aggression.
so nice.
Yeah, and let's not forget Team Heretics.
But the fact that you
obviously
can
suffered a
only
loss
play
to Eternal
pretty
Fire
much
on this map.
Pretty
I
much
think
pillar.
Especially things that they probably needed to
Kind
work
of-
on and come away
kind of
from
fucked up.
with that was the amount of times that they were trying to punish the lurk coming out.
You
from
can't really
Veto,
like
and he was just
you
being
can't
able
really
to
do
pick up
different
two of those.
setups,
Yeah,
right?
hopefully they've been able to have
If you want a
look
little
at
bit
that
more
and fix those
flexibility,
kind of
you can
issues
like
coming in
move the
today.
turret down a bit.
Teased it before coming into this
But it makes it
week,
easier to break.
Sivov still hovering that Viper, waiting to see
I mean,
if
I'd
it is going to be
assume,
locked
right?
in.
Like, so far he's been kind of like slotted in for the plans that Fnatic had
Aye,
originally had
aye,
for
aye.
Veto. So it is going to be his
But
first
these
Viper.
mollies,
Now it's all
we talked about this.
how much
Boom.
Fnatic has prepared this, because do
Boom.
not forget they decided to go here.
These
And it
mollies
has
actually
been
kill
the
people pretty
ultimate
regularly, I
comfort
won't lie.
for them. That has been actually the key word for this first stage. So looking
I had
into
my
this one,
analyst
Fnatic
literally
should
go
be
look up
pretty
every
confident.
single molly kill in
Yeah,
VCT.
comfort and instead of
And
momentum,
those two mollies had the
more
most kills of any like setup in
the momentum not only
VCT.
coming to the series, but going into the map number 2 with how they started off. And so now it all is, does Fnatic have everything? Do they have the comfort? And do they have the momentum?
Yeah, I also think that the Viper is so characteristic of Fnatic and the way of like them having them on this Lotus and how much it brings it. The ceiling is very, very high for Sivok to match up on.
It's because whenever you entry,
it's a big ceiling for Fnatic.
you end up trying to like, you end up gravitating toward this position whenever you get blinded or anything.
But this is elimination.
You end up in between both of those mollies and you just like kind of die. And standing here feels extremely uncomfy.
So
you can just get peeked from so many different angles.
But for that to happen, Heretics have to make the bounce back here on Fnatic's map choice of Lotus. Now, that first map, and I think Nat raised the concerns, rightfully so, down on the desk. Heretics, strong to start, but definitely not the same in the finish.
No, and now they go into a map that, well, I would say for Fnatic has always been one where they are just incredible at a lot of those like mid-round scenarios. I think that has always been what's been super impressive for me, is that throughout different iterations of this roster, I think this is the best map for Boaster in his calling. I think he's so good on that attack side, but also they've been utterly dominant the 2 times they played this, even battering Eternal Fire, who then battered Heretics. So it's going to be a lot for Heretics to prove here, and they are picking up the pace immediately towards that B side.
Not gonna lie, I'm playing against KJ. I feel so comfy taking first timings, bro. B rush makes sense.
Even after finding B for free, they're not happy. They want more. And so, in towards Hobbit they go. Where now a shorty will be defending that doorway. Nice shot by Kayak. Swing back in, a little risky from Sevov, but now they'll just wait. They'll just take this fight together, or at least they'll try to. Heretics pushing it down, taking it towards the spawn. But Kayak
my God.
sent 3 out of the round. It's Benji and Woot left to do it all. And the flank around from Benji is perfect, putting things back even until Woot puts them in the lead. It's Heretics 2v1 time on their side as Crashies is under pressure and the stick in the smoke. Not gonna fly.
Yeah, he's unlucky. The fact that Woot gets 2 kills means that nade's back. There's no way that he could just sit within it and defuse from that point onwards. But I'll be honest, I feel a bit bad for Kayak. The fact that he comes out of this scenario getting 2 kills, I really felt like he could have even got the 3rd if he was a little bit luckier. And then you just need
Benji's timing.
Well, the rest of
put in incredible work there.
It's another pistol.
Bro, Kayak getting 2 and getting pushed 3v1.
But they've been able to do that in the last map.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, well, they were able to do it twice. Find the pistol, teeter out towards the end. As the spark died slowly, but certainly in the end, Heretics losing map 1, but finding a pistol. Now it has to be clean in the second. It starts out that way, at the very least. Boaster's dealt with, trying to be a smoke criminal, and now a post plant with a relatively open spike. This should be their round. I see very, very few ways for Fnatic to find anything here, and I think they're in the same boat.
Give Woot.
Waiting to either
give Woot the sheriff.
Woot
goes and hunts.
Down to the spike.
Well, yeah, considering
surely.
that, I think I've just watched Sevov spend a couple of seconds adjusting his monitor.
Surely.
I don't think they have any plans to move from this position, and we'll just
surely we swap guns. Yep, we did. Now Woot is searching.
That has sort of been.
Okay, he definitely heard the players in spawn.
The expectation. And while Woot's even going to go looking, of course, again, wanting to try and get towards that showstopper, but there is nothing for him to find. Rians will at least gain an extra orb at the end, but ultimately now this is where the game gets going.
I mean, listen, Tom, I'm always a fan of, you play the game in whatever way empowers you. I'm sure I play the game in a way that lots of people, or well, probably very few people out there would disagree with. So
I'd say everyone.
Okay.
Well,
anti-bonus
in the middle ground, perhaps. But I think that I'm confused.
Oh, 3-0. 3-0 on pistols, chat.
Play the game. Because he's in the monitor, Tom. I could ask him what the C site smelled like. His nose is.
Woot should have died to bomb instead of saving sheriff.
Very few people
like sand.
Vibes back in the day, where that man genuinely, I think he pressed his eyes against the monitor. He's up close. Maybe that's going to help him hit some shots this map.
This is, again, very pacey from the side of Heretics. Already getting deep.
You don't lose money for saving once you get bombed down.
Rifles, the closer you can get.
So he's getting the same amount of money no matter what. He would just be losing his half armor for no reason.
Like, he's just waiting for one man and one man alone. Alfajer setting up for this, and he's just, that's got to be a tilter. Like, you are waiting for someone to maybe try and catch the rest of your team. Instead now, Benji has a second opportunity to backstab.
Like here we are with Team Heretics in another defensive position.
With one back into the site.
The Heaven player has nobody playing playing off of his contact. Feels like everyone is just playing their individual duels, man.
Rien's dealt with, and now that backstab has to come in again. But Benji already claiming his second flash out, and he will close the round. That is mastery of positioning, if ever I've seen it.
Yeah, it's a great plan spot. I like as well.
I mean, they win the most important duel, but man, like,
thing here, which was to not
I'd love to see
up and go
Team
take
Heretics
down and give so much more space back to the other team. Instead, focus on the site.
Getting a bit more active in the team fight,
and
man.
They did, but in the end, Benji, perfect position. The timing to catch that second, not that kill, the one just before it, his second of the round, was sublime.
Nice! Well, I'll say as well, one of the things I find funnier about that is we have seen so many Neon Judge players throughout this stage especially. They gave it to their lurker because they knew exactly what they were going to do with it.
Yeah, that's
nasty.
Early A space taken.
That's a nasty plan to have.
Lots of spams.
Definitely a bit of a frustrating.
They're going to come back into C.
This time is
Alpha's actually pushed to C space.
Kept to the C site where he's pushed up for some tight early control.
This is very scary.
Turret's still just about online.
Red's used one Prowler.
Right
I think tracking Prowlers on this map is actually pretty valuable. Not a lot of players do it, but
to be safe and to be wary,
it is definitely very valuable.
It's very likely Heretics
Prowler will probably be used here as well. Or no? No, because Roomba doesn't get any attention. It's not going to have to Prowler it.
Heretics are playing on. If Alpha goes down, that goes out the window. And he realizes he's being spotted, and he will just back up out of that angle. This is the right call. If he stayed around for a second or so longer, this entire round spirals out of control. But even with the pistols, if they can force Heretics to push into the numbers, this could still be a Fnatic round.
Yeah, especially with the time.
Turret breaks cause to rotate.
Yeah, they've already started gambling back in the other direction. I think it's been realized by Kayak at least. That will at least bring in the rotation, but bear in mind what he has. A classic and his utility, a hero through, and actually, for a second, the ultimate coming online made things dangerous. The problem though is
-1 Neon ult.
his lurks are being impactful.
There was a world for Kayak though.
Just the pistols remaining. Oh, okay. I was going to say there's little to no hope, but Alfajer again shows there's always hope.
It's only a classic.
Seavolf.
There's a rifle to be picked
Got
up.
a rifle.
22 already in the
Doable.
That flash is going to cause problems, and those Thorns going to cause even more. Oh, the time ticking away, but he can force a fight on that player up close. Benji in danger, and he doesn't even know it yet, but that shot fired gets Rien's looking the right way, and it's an easy kill in the end. 4-0.
I think most of the time, players in that situation would read a double tree setup. Because it's so typical for there to be a double tree setup in post. There's too many gaps on this A-bomb set. If you double up tree, then you know the only gap is you're just giving space, so you have only tree to deal with.
That's strange for me to see, and then see it fade away in both halves.
I think as well, in this one, just how impactful Benji's been already is a very good sign. You could say the same for the last map as well, though.
Definitely.
What up, Prophet?
I think the bigger danger, though, is just this is Seavov's first time playing the Viper. I think cycling of utilities already is going to be so important with that agent. He's a pinnacle piece of a puzzle that is normally perfect. The start, though, is sublime.
Oh.
And with Seavov holding his ground, that's already a further advantage. Showstopper out finds nothing, and he's managed to take a lot of space back, but he's caught.
That's a very important kill. 3v5.
Yeah, he realized that, well, he had to go somewhere to avoid that shot.
Problem is there's an operator holding them, and I think they're going dry. Oh my god.
Misses up top. That would have been
a rare miss for Kayak.
A round lockdown, a 4v2 before the plant even comes in. Instead, Heretics, they get another lifeline.
Double swing.
Perhaps it will be one of their last, given Fnatic
well played.
3v3 now. That
very well played.
Waiting to hear it sing, but
equalizer's found.
50
now what?
seconds on the clock.
Pop the door,
Heretics
create more of a 50-50. I think it's good.
Pressured. despite being surrounded, despite needing that spike plant, they are taking their time.
With how quick they were, they can afford to do this. And
man, the freeze is so nice.
Forcing Fnatic to recheck and re-clear, especially the tapping of the door.
Look at how much they have to respect gaps here.
Try and get
Fnatic was pretty grouped. Now they're like
you have an
worried.
opportunity to plant for free. The problem with planting right now is it's a danger. You give yourself an instant disadvantage. So they are waiting just to see if that mistake is made. Another whip shot.
Wide swung the offer.
And now they're going to clear out crashes as well.
Wow.
They have been on this site for well
so
over a
patient,
minute,
so calm and composed.
Just a singular player left. Boaster.
That is mental, man.
Looking to try and claim his spot at home. His spot in London, but with the smoke already in hand. He's done a lot of damage, but taken even more in return. A 1v2.
That's a lot of audio cues, man.
Further and further away with 5.
He had a lot of time, chat. Like, he could walk around and like play the rap, look for a good duel.
As they have the whole round. Brilliant patience from the side of Heretics.
Yeah,
it's scary too from the side of Heretics, man. You're full surrounded. Operator in play makes it so you basically can't walk anywhere.
We could have seen Boo and Rien's.
Kayak ends up having like some crucial whiffs.
Let's go. Those shots don't land. Those players left alive in the late stage, and the price is paid by Fnatic. 5-0 down.
Yeah, 3v5.
This is a big one for FNC, but we have seen them bounce back from worse. You can never lose faith.
Yeah, and you might be looking at this and going, okay, why have the casters decided they would like to compare the statistics of two players that, at least going back in stage one, don't have the most incredible statistics, but it's what's on the line. That's the talking point in this matchup. We've got two players with the opportunity to go back to the country they are from, to go in front of their home fans and have a chance to battle for a trophy, of course. This game isn't a qualification game. It's not an opportunity for one to guarantee that they will go, but it will guarantee that one of them will not. At least not in a competitive standpoint. Maybe they'll go just because they might want to visit family. Not quite the same. And 5-0.
Bro, there's so much Valorant on every single day. So insane.
Wanting to make
all of the EWC quals.
They feel like they let the last map slip. Well, from 5-0 up, I'm sure they're hoping that this pause won't have the impact that Fnatic are hoping it will.
It does always feel like a matter of time. Alpha, 2 kills, 4 deaths. Do you remember those 2 kills with the Sheriff?
I do remember them.
That little double tap. We haven't seen them every round, but we've seen moments of it. And in the previous map, we saw Fnatic slow to start, but get there in
Trying to do a bit of a bait setup. I feel like doing it in the reverse is probably better.
We'll look for the same.
Neon's the one tucked to the box, while KJ's the one that's like baiting for the other player.
Wonder, and well, Alpha still good with the Sheriff for at least one. It's a start, but following up on it should be difficult.
Oh, through they go. Shot is at least connected. But it's not going to be enough damage to warrant a kill. Benji will still be standing. Couple of
Bro, they're kind of getting owned.
From the side of Heretics.
Obviously, this is an eco, but
the pause, there's a good opportunity.
Next round will be telling for sure.
A step up from the players, and there's still 1, maybe even 2 more to play with in the next round. They don't really need to have everything online going into the next buy. Boaster, though, making things costly in a decent position, but Koshmaras well aware. And while a Boaster 1v3, it's not going to be happening. 6-0. Heretics extending that lead further with, okay, as said, a couple of ults expended, but I don't think they'll mind too much.
No, but on the other side, I don't think Fnatic will mind losing that one too much either. They had a lot of weaknesses. This is the round that no doubt they will have discussed when it came to that timeout. And as hesitant as I am to say it, we are getting towards crunch time now. 6-0 is not a damning.
Meteor, bro. Come on.
Oh, it's not a damning scoreline, but it's getting pretty close.
Yeah, it's always difficult on this map because we know how good Fnatic historically have been
early A5
on that attack side, but
it's because they're 1 off 2 ults here, chat.
Some wiggle room in the manner in which they've been
they're 1 off 2 ults, so they're trying to deny this A orb. That's why they want to fight A. The funny thing is, Fnatic actually reads that and decides to push out C and got Alfajer's orb that way. Kind of cool.
They're going to be taking the weaponry away and forcing Fnatic into a retake.
Placing wall trap.
Ante is nice.
Saving that wall for post plant as well.
Wall for post is sick.
Just seen put through there for Benji.
This is a direct counter to what they've been doing too.
Inside's in big trouble, but now lockdown in play. They're gonna have to fight.
Man, good intention to break the ult as well, man. Okay, Team Heretics is actually on fire, bro. They played this round like legit perfect. This is the perfect round.
Lockdown that Fnatic were hinging that retake on. The spike will go off. There is no stopping it now, and Fnatic realize they are running for the hills as Heretics are running for the finish line. 7-0 now to the attack.
Bullshit.
No matter how slow they are in the second portion of this half, they're guaranteed to lead.
Yeah, really impressive stuff. It even felt like they adapted that on the fly. Because the way they placed the wall and the post plant, you kind of go like, oh, they're just going to lock themselves in. And then it was the realization of, oh, they're going to put the lockdown in. We need to get aggressive. And then just the utility that they used on the fly. Like, as you said, they saved util, but it wasn't just what was saved by Benji. I think it was Rien's had some util as well.
Seize, stun, nade, all at the exact same time. I mean, I do think initially
Kayak swirling
was to turtle.
Nice.
And then someone made the call. Wait, they have lockdown. Wait, they're going to do it. Probably do it
nice.
Here. They were
I mean, bro,
Team
Team Heretics look nice on this attack.
You're dead. The question is, can anybody else?
It's literally just, like I said, like any attacking micro scenarios, they look great, man. Whenever they're in any defensive scenario, they have to like get people to like swing together. It's looking a little sketchy, but they're not really in that many situations like that right now. 1v1.
He's thrown a wrench into the plans of Fnatic. And he could be burying them beneath another feet of dirt. It is a potential 8-0. And the man who can stop that dominant score from coming through is Alfajer.
Benji has only died once so far. He's been impeccable. Nigh on
This is a bit of a one-way angle, chat.
Battling for that opportunity to make it to Masters London. The bait on the wall. He doesn't know maybe if the player's already crossed, but feels like he would have had the timing. Still a little bit wary of that wraparound, and his reposition gives him a good spot. Alfajer, though, knows that he's going to have to drop back down. Maybe, no, he's gone so far, but he will land the shot in the end. It's a second death for Benji and a first round for Fnatic.
Wait, Alpha's so aware there.
Last hand on the ledge for Fnatic and Benji.
Wait, Alpha's so aware there.
That was a pinky finger. Yeah. That was one little
I think most players would go drop and play that timing. But Alpha was so locked on that gamble of like the rope drop instead.
And thank God he does. Pulls himself right back up and his team right back into things. A 7-1 deficit. It's not pretty, but this could have...
Benji could have taken a later timing, but
that we've seen in the last
honestly, like his play is okay. His play is fine. Also, the 7-1 was inevitable. We all know it.
Fnatic has so many ultis to work with. That Viper's Pit already on the right side of the map. As you can see, Heretics wasting no time.
Oh, it's the setup that we talked about before.
They've been so good at just getting in incredibly fast, getting into those post blocks. And as we saw earlier, their post blocks
double spam kill.
In this case,
double spam kill.
Kayak already
walk into sight.
Knows there's still a man on the plant. Will go through the thorns. Takes a lot of damage as he does, and it makes that kill all the more easy.
Well,
Seavoff already low. Boaster.
Good attempt.
Nowhere near the action just yet. In fact, Boo, I don't even know if anybody's going to expect this corner. This
would have going drop been better.
Especially with everybody else.
I think it's more readable of a play.
Boo's just looking to try and make sure he can protect.
If Benji takes a slightly later timing, then Alpha is not ready. Because you'll have to 50-50 the drop timing.
Of him slipping the net for Boaster. Unfortunately, the credits start to come calling again. They need to make sure they have a buy for the next round.
Kayak might be insane in both meanings of the word.
You win one, you come into this, and there's barely that much of a contest in so many of those fights.
Insane moment from Kayak, and then an insane moment from Kayak.
The look that we needed to see from this squad. Boaster getting a moment to chat with the boys and again, steady that ship.
I mean, it's like unfortunate, man. Like you're getting double spammed. Like
facing puts them in a position where Fnatic, they don't just need to win a round here or there. They need.
You're getting spammed off audio, so it's like kind of understandable. But.
And so far, it has been out of reach. And even after they found that one, you hope that that would be it. A big clutch, a big 1v1. Yeah. Right back to losing ways. No surprise to see the timeout called.
The terrifying thing as well is just look at the manner in which Heretics are playing this. It's almost their level of disrespect. It's we're going to go A, we're going to go A until you stop us. Until you stop us.
I mean, the thing is, like, you're playing against KJ. Like, KJ really can just be ran down over and over.
You go, okay, 1v1 in the end. You're gonna stack that hard to beat us. Well, now are you going to do that on C? No. Why would you? You're going to at least either split up or you're going to do the same again. So then they just run it down into the C site and go, well, you know what? You stacked us on A, so now we're going to destroy the other side of the map and see if you have the ability to hold on. And the answer was no. The sheer pace they're being hit at is just so difficult. Even with the orb was up. It wasn't like utility was late or anything. They just got wrecked.
Who would you rather see at London? Oh.
That's the problem. Fixing that.
Probably Fnatic.
Will be difficult. And with Team Heretics performing the way that they are,
I feel like it's just good for the game to have Fnatic at events.
All too many shots pulled, punches pulled, I suppose, as we come into round number 10, the half. Almost over. Not much left to play for. In half number 1 for Fnatic, but they are going to hope to.
It's really good for the game to have 100 T in events.
8-4 half. Possible. It's deep aggression. It's a lot of control over A main.
Agreed.
And nothing for it. Seavoth, though, does well. His wall gives him the cover to back off. That is perfectly played. And now with an advantage, they can fall back to the retakes that have worked out so well.
Yeah, he got the snake bite off in time.
I want to see Austin at events.
That even when we went through it. But from A to B, now trying the C plan from Heretics, but they've taken so much damage. Seavoth now in the right place again, his second kill of the round.
The KJ Molly's getting value.
A post plant.
Polar bear in Arlington, Texas. That's fucked. That's actually fucked.
In a normal round, you'd say that, but this time they cannot afford to let this one slip.
That's fucked.
Lose it off the numbers alone. And they couldn't lose it if they want this map to be theirs. It's going to be Rian's seeing the first as the retake already underway. Numbers on site, spams coming through while others hold for the aggression. All their bases covered, and Fnatic hitting nothing but home runs. It will be an end zone flawless for the second round on the board in Fnatic's favor.
Clean retake.
Yeah. I think even just the Nightfall, like, I don't mind it going in, but I think it shows where we're at. Like, they had a two-man advantage.
If you get to London, I will buy you an ice cream. Oh shit, Pete. Now you have motivation.
That put them down to like 1 HP.
Okay, satching through Viper Molly, Viper Wall. That's not fun.
A much better round from Fnatic, but most importantly, a much better round from Seavoth. He's not been playing bad so far, but just being able to deny that rush back towards the B site, and then also deny them doing the same on
Champs
C,
is in
that's
Shanghai.
such an important round from him.
We've seen this aggression from Fnatic. It's how they afford those early rotations, getting A main early. It's certainly not a new strategy by any stretch of the imagination. But Heretics saw it in the last round. They saw that space taken and the players immediately backing off. The rotates being in play towards C. Now, they leave a man outside. The same thing for the B site. They'll put pressure on this entire left side of the map, hoping that some over-aggression comes in.
Now to get 3 here and the game goes OT.
Benji can maybe catch Kayak, looking for an early fight.
I'm down for 2.
It's a very patient display from the defenders, not falling for any of the rules.
I want to watch SRG and promo relegation if it's actually being streamed.
It feels like Heretics at this point are just attempting to bait out as much utility as possible. Keep making noise around each side of the map. But Fnatic have actually held on to quite a lot here.
It is being streamed? Observer only. Okay.
Paranoia, Snakebite. They haven't fallen for the tricks. It leaves them with a lot to play with that Paranoia.
Who's their first match? Square?
Once again. And with an additional stun thrown through, challenging this definitely seems like a bit of a gamble. 2 players still on the other side of the map, but Rians will win that initial fight.
Evictix?
They now have to send it though. And
who are we cheering for it? Center Energy?
For his teammates to actually rotate over.
Bro, that's going to be a banger match one way or the other. I think Sen it would have to be, like, my visualization is that it would have to be like a Sen upset, you know what I mean? Like, Sen is not favored to win.
No way to deny that plan. They can at least thin the herd alongside it. Both
4v4. It's getting hectic.
But for Fnatic, they're losing control.
Pushing Crashy's side, you're almost never going to kill that guy, I won't lie.
An attempted way back in, or so it seems. But look at the map.
Crashy's is a prime, like, de-risk player.
Wrap around to the south side while doubled up in heaven. They look to try to punish that aggression from earlier, but Heretics have simply fallen out. They've given up that space. The timer is ticking, and it's not Heretics under pressure. A reveal up close, that's a freebie. Alpha's deleted. Crashy's traded.
That was well played.
And even a showstopper for good measure. Heretics will not let this round slip.
That was well played.
And the gap extends, a guarantee of 9 at the half, with 1 round left to play for.
Again, it was getting a little bit late on the clock.
Team Heretics definitely played better there, for sure, which is obvious because they won the round, but
bait out utility. That's the one thing that sort of caught them a little bit, was the snake bite of the previous round. And even without it necessarily being baited out, they win the fights at the moment they need to.
I was on great timing. Good 2-player interaction between Kosh and
definitely makes it a little bit harder, and then just a really good timing on putting that haunt into it. Like, just the second that Alfajer goes to run out, he gets pinged. 9-2.
Line up wall, by the way.
Aggressive fight for A control ensues, and well, they've got the information of where these players are. Riens is firing on all cylinders.
It's a full bloodbath in A main to start the round. Shrouded step from Boo, got him across, avoiding the C's that was sent out. And on the other side, the C's catching a few. It made it so hard for Kayak to get to the spot he needed to be.
You think Ethan saw his trauma from the old 10 games like Austin does?
Fnatic of fighting that early is to get that control. They've got the relies on them getting on Rubble, and they couldn't do it. Now left with a massive.
Chat, we need energy wins so 100T don't get 4th seed. Oh.
The numbers even, but look how big the map is. Now they've realized where the
Oh my god, he's dying to the mollies. Like I was saying, these are the molly. He's 1 HP, literally.
A little bit of decay in the mix, but that could have been the end.
Yeah, just the elevated nano, but like that's been around for a long, long time. I'm surprised he gets caught that much by it, now completely blinded. But even still, that's an even trade.
3v2.
Down to just 7 HP. Still wary of a player in the corner.
Double angle.
Is just not stopping his 14th
Classic double angle kill.
Leaving Crashy's 33 health and desperately trying to at least put a curse onto the board.
Double angle kill again.
Right now, the curse of Riens is taken over. 10 rounds for Heretics.
It's starting to feel like he has a grudge against about every team in the league at this stage. I don't know what's going on with this guy. Well, Fnatic, 2 rounds on the board. A team that's known for
10-2 into 12-2. We'll see.
And now they need one. Let's see how the vibes are down in the studio with the Fnatic fans.
Nice! 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 Let's go!
Listen, we're gonna be sending it over. Hello. All right. It's not just.
I'm running 1 minute of ads so we don't get it during second half. If the comeback does come, we don't get fucked.
I was trying to make it a little. Yeah. You want to talk about it?
I don't know, I mean, I'm not really scared. We're used to it, you know. Remember champs 111, so we can do everything. I believe in the boys. They always got it.
Okay, so what do you think they got to do to actually close this one out? Because, I mean, they have the buffer, right? They won that first map, so they're kind of chilling, but so what are you expecting here?
Dude, the halftime is so long in the
Honestly,
EMEA. You see the timer back here?
I know Milan is also
it's like a 2-minute halftime.
To them. They will figure it out.
I love how you have like such faith in Fnatic.
Clever streamer grew wise in his age.
Great they
Bro,
are
I was low-key kind of devastated when the ads ran during
Envy. I've been watching them forever. And just like, I've been to...
You prefer not turning auto ads off because you might forget to run them? Oh, you can't like turn them off though.
They've got it.
That's some dedication, yo. Someone get him a signed jersey.
I don't think so.
One?
You can just turn it
jersey.
Right,
from like auto to manual.
Yeah, so get him a signed jersey, please. Thank you so much. I'm gonna let you sit down, and casters, we're gonna head back over to you guys.
Let me go look at it.
I've got one signed by Scott. 10-2, Team Heretics.
Didn't even get to do the charm.
Yeah, what the hell?
Because you can change it from auto to manual, which is what I've done. I've swapped it to manual.
It's been a tough
time like,
to be a Fnatic fan, but that's just called a game day. With 2 on the board, well, not a lot of faith in this half. Do you think that Ascent should be better?
Oh, I can add a noti that tells me that
I'm still, you know,
there's 5 minutes until an ad starts. But that's actually good.
Never going to doubt Fnatic on those attacks, and you know what? Let's have a listen in to see how things are going. Are they still feeling they can do it?
The tick at the top disables it fully.
I guess Vice is on A.
They're afraid probably.
I'm gonna open Gordon.
They're doing it.
Two more.
3.
I'm 3 in Hobbit.
Yeah, 3 Hobbit and 1 A.
I'm watching main.
You see how I'm blinding him.
105 neon. 105 neon.
3, 4.
Last player standing.
Directly, I mean.
Ball coming back.
Now, Tom, I think it's safe to say that a pistol round might help.
At Microcoms, GG.
Position. But Heretics have
I'm not gonna lie, like Fnatic
so far,
haven't. Yeah,
reason,
they don't really have great team fighting comms a lot of the time.
Yeah, great shout.
Thank you.
If you'd said that maybe like 30 seconds ago, that might have
would
held
have, but
some
the
weight.
listening, I mean, I was waiting to say it.
Yeah. I'm more surprised, like, especially when we see in the replay how Rians is not dead, because he was full blinded walking into the crosshairs of like multiple players and just somehow didn't die. And I think it kind of shows how things are going. Rians seemingly...
No.
He's gonna get blocked by the wall! That's what you get, Rians! That's what you get! That isn't so flawless. I'm sure he's going to be a little bit upset, but I think he'll come.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, the 11-2.
Just Fnatic isn't really that type of team.
Look at him. He's just running around completely blind.
Well, the box was his best friend there, and so was Benji.
That's kind of why I said that they relies so much on their individuals.
Bro, come here. I will knife you, bro. Why are you crossing the ball?
Do that for Mel when she's watch fighting. I toggle them off and then turn them back on when she's doing other stuff.
11-2.
Really? What's his
that
Asman?
really
You can
should be
toggle
the
that.
final nail in the coffin.
Okay, I'll look into it. So I'm gonna be honest.
12.
Didn't even know it was possible.
Within reach, and it's a force buy from Fnatic. They're putting all the credits into it. Lose this one, the game is gone. Although
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
That's a nasty set of spams from Benji.
Mode, isn't it?
And then Booz hit that.
Okay.
And that.
Oh, you know what? This was a dangerous start, but they've already managed to bring it back.
Put it away, mate.
The Ares coming out for Koshmaras.
Good
Funnily
start.
enough, always seems to do quite a lot of damage. Is running out of bullets, but he'll get there in the end. It's a couple of players lost, and normally you'd talk about that as not bad eco round, but that wasn't an eco round.
No, that was a force buy.
Also, Benji had one of the whiffs of the century, so...
Yeah, possibly the worst full magazine usage of a Bulldog I've ever seen, but...
No, yeah. No, W
it
square.
Is a hard gun to use.
Actually
Let's
didn't
put
know.
It that way. I really don't like the Bulldog. It just feels wrong. And I'm sure Benji agrees with me after that round. But yeah, this definitely looks like a comeback that might even be too big.
Team Heretics beat the Lotus team? I mean,
Fnatic.
wasn't Team Heretics known as a Lotus team a long time ago? I mean, that is a fun round.
Oh my god. Well, we talked about Fnatic dominance. A 13-4 the last time, 13-2 the last time they played this. And now they are getting decimated. A complete turnaround from the previous.
Well.
An attempted
GG.
round. Timing is all they could really hope for, and they have none of it. The luck has all but dissipated. A third map. All but guaranteed. Unless Crashies can pull off a 1v4, and then they win a further 9 rounds in a row. And then they go to overtime. In case you didn't realize, I did not believe.
What, like, what happens if Fnatic doesn't make an international
I don't think I've ever seen
this
a
year?
map that could be more of a confidence builder for this squad. They have just decimated Fnatic on their home
Definitely
turf.
possible.
Yeah, pistol rounds not the only thing that's looking good for Team Heretics with a dominant map win.
Sheepy live on Twitch, 30 stream streak. I didn't even see that.
Third map needed.
Don't worry about it, Zix. I'm here mostly for the ads. Thank you, bro.
Let's go.
And then Chidcore is 2 enough for Fnatic here. It's a good comm. Turns out it was not enough.
Here on the stage with Boo. I mean, that
Is
was
this a limb? Yeah.
Map. It was your opponent's map pick. You saved yourself from elimination. One more map left. How are you keeping a tight ship?
Those who retires? Nah, probably not.
I mean, main thing is probably not panic and understand that they're still Fnatic. I think we did some mistakes on Fracture, misunderstanding their style, and this one was better, but it's still gonna be hard.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to let you join the rest of your team. So thank you so much for your time. And we're going to be heading over to a quick little break to be back with the final map of the series.
Who's the next player to retire? I don't know. Zelsa said he wasn't going to retire, I think. I believe he said that.
Your fastest server every time? Express like a pro and optimize
Man,
your connection.
the next year is going to be so insane when it comes to roster shuffle. The roster shuffle is going to be fucking crazy going into next year. I wonder what's going to happen with the teams that don't get invited. Let's say, as an example, EG doesn't get invited. Because if they're going to be selective, they'll probably choose, like, orgs like... Let me go see. Let me go stare at the NA teams for a second here. G2 probably gets selected. MIBR, you would imagine. Loud, you would imagine. Actually, no, because it's going to be America's only, no? So it'd be like G2, Sen... NRG, 100 Thieves. How exactly does the selection even work? Is it like 4 per region or something? Even South America can get partnered. Are they keeping the same regions, or is it going back to like? You know, like North America, South America. There's going to be America's, APAC, EMEA, China. Like in Tier 2. That's what I thought. So is there going to be franchise teams for each region like that? They keep the same 4 regions? Is that for the franchise teams? Because, I mean, that would make sense too, honestly. What do you think was the main problem last map for Fnatic? Just think. I think with Fnatic, it's just they're not really firing on any cylinder right now. In the micro, they're not really doing well on attacking micro or defending micro. So it's kind of hard to win fights. If you're in these situations where you need to like kind of have good synergy with your team, you just don't have good synergy. You're not like communicating well. You're not fighting well off of one another. Kind of hard to convert. Seems like Heretics still doesn't have like amazing defensive micro, but we're like pretty much only in attacking scenarios. Yeah, it's like exactly. Team Heretics triple swinging like every angle. It's like when you're only in those kinds of situations, and even in the scenarios where Team Heretics was in a defending micro, it's like it wasn't perfect. They were just kind of like taking individual duels, but then they won their individual duels. So it's like Fnatic kind of relies heavily on their players' form currently because their system isn't insane. I feel like Fnatic finds these like random edges when it comes to like strategy that like looks kind of nice. It's like a positive look, but then it just kind of falls apart.
With the energies, a little bit of trash talk coming out. I thought it was through with everyone, but no, that one's reserved.
4 regions, but sub-region qualifiers. I see.
We'll bring the coaches in on the desk so you can actually meet them and talk to them.
Call them out for it.
Yeah.
Sin Valo, 35 stream streak, goated, bro. Loud got a chance today or not?
But I don't think naturally they're like that. But amazing for them to win.
They're against Lev, right?
So dominantly as well, I want to say.
They have a chance, for sure.
Confidence booster, knowing that this is obviously keeping them in the series and
for sure they have a chance.
Masters London.
I think it is crazy, Nat. I promised you. I really promised you that there was going to be some insane retakes from the side of Fnatic on Lotus.
You kind of did, and I feel, I wouldn't say lied to, but I feel betrayed.
Alpha was like retake almost all time. Yeah.
So here's the thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, Lotus Seaside kind of does play like that, to be honest. What does the winner of this need to go to London? So the match that we're currently watching is lower round 2. This is an elimination match. There's no promotion here. The promotion happens here, lower round 3. So they need to win this match, and then they have to go to play the winner of Eternal Fire versus Channelmates. And then whoever wins lower round 3 is the 3rd team to qualify. Lower round 3 will be played May 15th. So we're about 5 days out from that, but. One away from 50? Goated, bro. Man. Last map is Ascent. The one benefit I'll give Fnatic. Fnatic hasn't showed their Ascent, right? Correct. Okay. The one benefit I'll give Fnatic. Fnatic did kind of create the meta on Ascent last year. I think that with the individual style of Fnatic currently, there's definitely a world they're able to pull it out here. Fnatic Ascent was a lot of like individuals contacting space, taking aggressive duels, and just winning them. They played like a lot of like 1-1-1-1-1. And then like the second player goes somewhere to try to support the deep peaks. I'm kind of curious to see what comp they pull out and if they like kind of go back into this kind of style where they're all doing a bit of contact play, trying to slowly take space on the map. Heretics, have they showed theirs? Trying to remember. They did. Double Duelist, Cypher. This could be pretty comfortable. You can easily shut this down when you're playing defense. Who actually had side select here? Team Heretics had side select, so Fnatic will likely start attack.
Ascend up next, and you have seen Heretics on it already without showing your own hand. What should we expect, and can you tease any surprises?
You can expect something new, but I don't know. They might be watching this for all I care, so I'm definitely not telling. Sorry, we can't give any spoilers, but expect something
Heretics
new.
Defense, yeah.
Expect something fresh, and yeah, expect Fnatic to bounce back. That's it.
Milan the May,
Expect something fresh.
For the past 3
I'll be right back.
years.
I'm gonna go to the
exactly
bathroom.
that they cannot see it.
Well, at least the players can't. Maybe the other coach. Who knows? I don't know.
I don't like the cowardness. I don't like that. I'm not gonna say anything because it might. Yeah, literally, you're gonna say it, and they're going to change their entire plan. They're gonna change the comp, and it will change it. 100% change the outcome.
They're gonna counter strat in 30 seconds. That's how good these coaches are on the side of Heretics. It's also just how vague it was. Not just something new, but I want to know: is it new because we haven't seen you on Ascent? Is it new because
it's Sivov on Viper?
Right.
I don't want to see that again.
Is it new because no other team is running the comp you're going to do? Like, what is that element of new you're bringing? Surely he could have narrowed that part of it down for us.
So, he could have, and it would have been enough because what angle are we looking at? Fnatic was so innovative with Ascent last year. The last time, of course, that we saw him play it was back at Champs. But we saw some Sage, we saw Vice, we saw Chamber. They innovated so much, so I really want to see what they're actually going to be bringing out today. And it's Alpha on the Vice. Okay, I'm not entirely mad at this. I think I was expecting for this to happen before and way before Ascent to see Alpha going on the Vice.
Yeah, I think in terms of new, I want to see what that new is, right? Because for me, this composition feels very vanilla when we think of Ascent. Initially, the only kind of change that we would have there from that vanilla composition would be the Killjoy instead of the Vice, right? So that's what we can look at as being perhaps new here. I'm intrigued to see Kayak on the Jet as well. This is an agent that we've seen players pick up a bit more coming into the playoffs.
Bro, I am so happy that Milan didn't give it away because Heretics would have counted this so like it would have changed, literally it would have been night and day. But as before jumping into this, everybody remember what's on the line. Surviving here in the lower bracket, a chance to go to London. For the side of Team Heretics, yesterday was an absolute nonsense what they played on Ascent. They bounced back on the defense after not being able to deal with the double Sentinel from the other side. Wood had an amazing
funny
for the Benji that we're seeing today.
Yeah, for sure. I
don't want to give away earlier free info. We're doing something different.
This time around, but even
and it's the most standard Ascent comp. To be fair, we haven't really seen it,
they
but
have the opportunity to play on home soil at Masters London. Just one
have we seen a Jet Sova KO?
Well, I
feel like we've only seen the other variants.
New, but they were also talking about the fact it was going to be a Fnatic.
The Preds are up. Preds are up.
And I do wonder, is that agent select going to be it? Is this comp?
Do you prefer Cypher or Vice on this map?
Saying goodbye to them. We'll see just how hard Heretics can fight back with Mitch and Tom.
Cypher's info on defense is kind of nice.
It seems Neon is dead. Long live KO. What do you make of these comps we're seeing coming in here?
I'm not gonna lie, when he was talking about like secrets, as if it was about to blow our minds. After yesterday, watching Envy, I thought that maybe I was gonna get something spicy, like a Reina Clove, but no, it's fairly standard. I don't think it's anything too crazy, but I do think different ideas in terms of how it's going to be playing. Obviously, back to that double initiator. I think KO on this map still has so much power.
Fnatic, please win. I'm freaking out. Yeah.
By being able to slow all of that utility from being able to be thrown in. But kicking off on that attack.
Fighting
side,
the mental battle right now,
Fnatic
probably a little bit
pace and
Fnatic
how
after that
vice
13-2.
is going to end up being utilized on this side of the map.
Expecting something spicy, and instead you got the catch up. Nice opening from Alfajer.
I mean,
listen,
as expected, a little bit of contact play from Alpha ends up getting value.
He knows all about it. Let's see if this flavor is what Fnatic needed. Rienz, he's thinking about going forward. Benji's alongside him, but they'll back off, at least for the time being, and it's a good thing too because Boo.
Man, the slow micro is actually nice.
This split from Fnatic is
Alpha's actually able to get value.
Alfajer, a triple for him in this before we finally see Kayak.
Attack pistol, very important, as we know.
Well, Woot
Enemies playing Jet, and they don't get pistol, meaning they won't have operator for third round, fourth round.
That Heretics had in every single pistol round before this.
Yeah. And then also a chance to get 50% of the rounds that they got on the last map as well. So definitely a bit of a step up.
There was no need.
Hey, they brought me on Twitter. It's cool, you know.
That is true,
I'm gonna throw some shots.
They started the beef, so
Alpha with 4.
I stand with you.
I might have cosmic cursed their whole team.
I think you got an orb as well. So he'll be 5 out of 8.
Against a team they've got, I don't know, beef with.
Yeah, they've been 9 times in a row until I made the post. But we'll ignore that. I didn't do anything today other than point out the fact that one of those beautiful British boys will not be making it to Masters London. And this is what it comes down to. This map right here. Of course, two very
It's a very important pistol too.
Almost a necessity to
4 out of 8
aggressive.
actually. He didn't end up getting an orb.
Heretics really struggled on the attack side.
Would love to see him play for the orb here. Also, another like underrated factor here when you're playing Vice
Managed to turn it.
is like when you have Cypher, it does feel a bit more comfortable to be able to like kind of push off this common line, make it a bit more awkward for the player that's off-angled.
For the other side, we are yet to see
Vice doesn't really like create that same pressure.
Of course,
the last Vice that we saw had the info flash, so you could do like isolated info flashes toward B main to see if people were in the B space. Now, can't really do that.
Should be with the defenders posing next to no real threat. Of course, that's never
Alpha's
really
not farming the orb.
the thing you should be saying when there's a Neon with a shotgun, but now there isn't, so I feel pretty confident.
Get the orb, get the orb, get the orb, get back there. Give him bomb 2. We can min-max, we can min-max. 5v1.
Fnatic, it's not going to be easy. You take 2 kills, you're probably only removing an SMG. You take 3, and you're so much better than them as a
now we
player,
run him
you're
down.
probably gonna win the round.
Now Alpha runs him down.
Almost impossible for him to get what he needs to out of this round. Why is he running that far away with the bookie?
Is he gonna save?
All the way around to try and just
Is he gonna save to deny?
The exits of B.
Deny the Vice ult?
Didn't want to make any sound as he did it. Wanted them to maybe get the full sense of security after clearing some of those positions. Unfortunately, it makes no difference because Alfie is now pushing in his direction and will close him out for the end zone flawless. A magnificent start from Alfie.
So no operator online and 1 off ult.
From getting that steel garden and
just got here for Fnatic pick Lotus, yeah.
On this map is you are able to fight for those orbs and you are able to have a fair advantage in winning them.
You're saying good start for Alpha, so much so, and I thought you were going to say that he has as many kills as the previous map.
I think they bought to buy third round as well. Because they had rifles and they had a ghost.
All right, well, that's real beef being started now.
So yeah, look at this: 4 rifles, Inspector on their support player.
Classic, that's crazy.
Coming for the bottom line.
This is scary. This is a very easy bonus.
Oh well, there goes that wall.
Okay, that wall is a little too deep.
That was a bit of an
if you can bait it, from there, that's a little funny.
Rethink his positioning there. Yeah, it has been a lights out start from Alfajer. 5 kills, I think 4 of them with the ghost. And, well, like I said, 5 kills in the previous map. A confidence builder, much needed for a Fnatic that was slow to start.
Ooh, Boaster with the trade.
One never started map 2. Finally finding their pistol round.
I mean,
they seek a third.
I was about to say, Alpha's really not grabbing the orb. There we go.
Managed to play with that steel guard. Definitely puts the pressure on here. Woot able to make it out just about, but he will be locked out of that site.
Oh my God, Boaster.
Benji fishing. He will find the first, and they are slow to look for trades. He's given a chance to catch his breath, ready himself.
Pathing stairs is a bait, chat. Never path stairs.
Found as a result. Benji, you put him in a corner, and he comes out swinging every time. With Crashies alone, he spots one, lands the headshot. HP very low for both. That looked doable.
Yeah.
In the end, Heretics find their round.
I feel like it's a little bit unlucky not to come out with something a little bit more.
Damn.
Than Boo so desperately low, and if a single bullet got spammed in. But these are kind of the moments you want to see from not only Benji Fishy, but also Wu. When he is just playing this Jet, it feels like just an absolute comfort pick.
Yeah, pathing. It was something we had to train for sure. On B splits, you just want to have one person that's like living in this area, able to like kind of contain the flood. You don't actually want to path stairs, man. At the very least, you go 3 lane and 1 through stairs. Boaster like kind of rushing his timing through stairs, kind of like fucked around. Not gonna lie.
They can't afford to lose this round.
I mean, unless I'm mistaken, Heretics have as many kills as Alpha does right now. It's a flash in the pan.
At least it threw their advantage in the round.
And the buy round coming in from Fnatic. It's tough because last round, obviously, they
still winnable after, but
attacking side. A big
pretty important.
Steel Garden with the Vice ult gone. The success they found didn't come on the back of it necessarily. Judge up close for Koshmaris. Oh, and he gets caught by the flash. He ate it.
Not gonna lie, getting caught by that flash is kind of crazy.
They're very slow to follow up, and look at that damage on the spam.
Oh my God, Kosh.
In for the double with the Judge.
Are you going to watch 10 Energy? Yeah.
Unrecoverable with Alpha spotted here. That was the one saving grace.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But no, not flying under the radar, but too low to the ground. 2-1. Well, we're about to see things equalized.
Yeah, that almost feels like the curse of just not punishing Cosmaris. Just allowing him to live that little bit extra longer, and he's able to get back out, reutilize what is the value of those Neon abilities, that slide back into position.
I wonder what happened on short. Like, either the KO flash blinded the whole team.
Send now attacker defense side, it's still defense.
Actually, or everyone's trolling. I think the flash must have blinded everyone. Kayak double smoked himself, so I assume he was still blind and just panic smoked. And nobody followed up onto Koshmaris. I mean, that short fight is a real head scratcher, and that is where they lost the round.
6 impressions, spamming through box in a 1v1. It's good.
See them try to fix whatever happened, and my assumption is it was the flash.
There's an Omen blind.
Paranoia. Flash through, and he's already gone.
Okay, that was it. That was enough.
Oh, that's disgusting, though. Seabov, because I saw Koshmaris low,
wow,
but I was just like, I don't know how he's not ended up dying there, but yeah. The power of the Judge.
Why is this end defense sided?
2-2. The 2 guns saved as well for Fnatic, is all they have for this round. The rest on
the
classics.
Map terrain.
Kayak has invested at least a little bit.
Such a choke heavy map, like look at all the chokes.
To make sure that if they do drop a gun or maybe
all the fights for defenders are just better.
This time the wall is placed a little bit shallower, so
simple as
that was a mistake.
Yeah, I'm not sure we needed to see a second wall to figure that one out, Tom.
It's good to know. It's good to know. He's made the adaptation.
All of the entries into sight are like the tightest chokes that you can literally have in Valorant. If you're doing a B split, look at the door choke.
It's a good thing too.
When you're going into a crossfire, pretty much every choke that you go out of. The only advantageous fights for attackers are through mid.
A chance for damage, but the main thing about this round will be exactly that. It's not victory. Take a look at the credits for Heretics. They are getting a little bit out of control. They are stacked pretty high, and this is the point where.
So why split is also defense sided, yeah.
Kills, great.
But well,
you think about it on the other side.
Split
Credits for Fnatic.
Split and Descent are naturally defense-sided, but you can play it in a way that favors attackers.
And you got 2 weapons.
Specifically Split more so than Ascent, but in both maps it kind of works similarly though. You just have to flex the advantage of mid duels to be able to convert both maps. If you don't take mid duels and you try to do these like execs on each site, you're putting it up to chance a bit. But if the enemy team on defense gives you opportunities in mid, you can actually kind of
we battle this together, then we move and battle this together, and it means
you actually kind of win through that.
That swings in, it's very difficult to find which angle you need to be holding because there's normally
the last
and they've been able to win that fight.
Last time we saw Fnatic on Ascent attack, they were actually very good at contacting through mid.
After 3 rounds in a row, 3 investments.
We'll see if that kind of thing continues. Looks like they're going for a lot of splits, which is good.
Their pauses, not so much in the last map, but in map number 1, were massively impactful. They were able to get quite a lot done with them, so I think on a map that, well, in theory should be level, but we don't really know where it lands. And after the last map, I feel like I don't know anything about these 2 teams.
Yeah, exactly. The first map was something you could at least make sense of, right? Like, the Fnatic heating up towards the end of a half is a story that we told many times. We've seen unfold many times. But when it comes to Lotus, I just don't know what I was witnessing.
Fnatic gets 5, it's good.
It felt like completely different teams down on that stage, and we have seen that a lot this stage.
If they get defense pistol, like any amount is good, to be honest.
It feels like map to map, we get completely different faces. And
defense pistol changes so much, man. Pistols on Ascent feel like so insanely impactful.
They never planted, or their average was never to.
The fact that they started with Ascent attack pistol, they easily could have converted this bonus.
4 seconds, I think it's dropped by 10 seconds.
It's like a little bit of game plan, and
if Fnatic, the team
fixing up some details would have changed so much in this bonus.
Would see 10 seconds left and think, oh, we should leave spawn, I suppose. For them to be up in
they literally had a 4-gun Vice ult round that they just didn't convert. Now Operator's online. It's only gonna get harder for them. Because now even the mid section of the map isn't that favorable. You have to have really, really clean util, and there's still going to be gaps. This is a pretty massive gap, too.
Very willing to fill in that space, but Fnatic thinking about the re-clear in mid with utility.
Oh.
That's perfect.
Oh, the flash is good, but there's nobody to
react
off it. He's going to try and use his wall to escape, but he waits a little bit. Nice. He knows they're going to spam back towards mid. Smart stuff, an attempted pot shot through the smoke, but
it's very good by Koshmaros, man.
That means that you've lost your B main control. It means you've lost your lurk. And in theory,
these mid timings matter so much, chat. I think that first timing into mid is very important. I think if you're going to do a mid default, you need to like basically do first timing mid defaults to make sure you deny these like these peaks off cat, these peaks to, we call this area weeds. It's like opposite of Sub Rosa.
But this time,
Lizzie Glazer, 15 stream streak, goated, bro.
They were looking for fights on A. They were looking for
I mean, for sure. No flashes on your comp. You can definitely see the world where Team Heretics could have problems with their attack as well.
All of the Cypher utility still there. Boast has been spotted on the other side of the map. It does kind of sell at least a little bit of a ruse, but now he's been executed, and they were starting to run back. They were starting to go towards where Boaster is, and they just had to give this up. This is the old Fnatic. You talked about the time just moments ago, like, oh, they're going much quicker getting in for plants. No, they have run out of time off of just being caught early and then almost scurrying around to try and fix everything.
That timing is surreal. So it's like I knew that was coming.
Hey, don't talk
the
about
first timing, yeah, you just have to do a first timing mid default to deny more options for their plays.
I think Heretics did a great job by.
It's really, really, really important to deny getting picked that way.
Then they decide to send a single player to the B site to play Turtle with the camera for early. I mean, I say early information. I mean, bro, I'm talking about here in Maine. It's hardly early, but some information ahead of the first peak, and then traps waiting on the site.
I thought he was taking off to B to contest what you said. Alf always goes A, but he ended A. Yeah, it's pretty damn common.
This round, they were fighting for it.
Didn't last very long.
Because also the pivot from the player here to B is so fast. Like that, he feels like the enemy is going to think that he's going to pivot to B, so they always end up doing this passive line to heaven. So common.
I can't hesitate to say the importance of this map for either side. The loser is out. for Benji, for Boaster, the chance to play a Masters London, other than in a show match.
He's going into that line late again. Boaster's picked. Boaster barely dodging the line. Oh.
Those shots through the smoke.
Bro, Kosh is so high pressure, man.
Damage done. That could come back to haunt Woot now.
Holy shit.
Three players have made it to the site, though. Fnatic have to make a choice. They heard
he hasn't fully contained.
That allow those players to retake back through, but going back is no longer an option. The AWP has been seen now, and Fnatic are the ones boxed in.
Alpha's for sure reading that Kosh like fully left, I guess.
With no retreat.
30 seconds left.
But seemingly no will to press forward. Barely any utility. A reveal back online now.
Hard freeze, frontside B.
From Seavoff, but it's about the best that they can hope for on the other side. Paranoia sent through a problem as time keeps ticking. 14
It's going to be hard.
Left. Where is the fast Fnatic?
They can do it, but it's hard.
They're down to the very
The flood is on perfect timing from Heretics, man.
Before the timer hits
Oh my god.
Now for Team Heretics and the
I'm getting nervous.
With what we're seeing in these last 2 rounds, have Fnatic lost their way?
Yeah, that looks
Kosh is so aggressive as an individual, man. He faked the footsteps away. Alpha reads into it, takes a risk, ends up contacting into the op. Like, Kosh is playing insane, man.
Why would he do
really good individual decision making, man.
That's just Alfajer walking to his doom. And then the rest of the players.
The freeze from Fnatic is good.
They're still there. They know
the problem is they allowed the third player to flood in.
They can't have pushed anywhere
Made it a lot harder for them.
So easy for Team Heretics. And for Fnatic,
need a timeout ASAP. They've already timed out.
Starting to get towards panic stations.
We're gonna have to go to a second timeout.
Them the kickoff curse. Every year we go kickoff.
I think they time out again if it's 7-2 probably.
Them not making an international event. Them not making their home event. That would be a shock.
A shock to the system delivered. Seavoff down and out. Kayak could be in the same boat. The blades
Kosh, bro.
Kosh Maris quicker on the trigger.
Kosh is going crazy, man.
Guns firing on all cylinders. He's going out for his 5th and final 6.
Kosh is going fucking crazy, man. Oh no, Fnatic.
What a time to
Should these comps be better on a defense or attack? Definitely defense. That's the saving grace for Fnatic right now.
You come in as a man who only joined midway through this stage.
This up is too much of a problem. We need to up the pace for sure. I think a B hit should be happening here.
A man that was literally brought in because they said they had problems.
I think a B hit should be happening for Fnatic here.
They took a gamble. Week 1, it looked.
I know exactly what I would call. I would for sure be calling a B hit. I would be calling an updraft dash over.
Eliminate the EMEA #1.
You need to up the pace. You need to stop getting picked by the operator.
That's for sure.
It looks very much alive.
It does. Even with the
These rounds feel unplayable because it's slow pace. When you know they have operator and you're taking the mid space late, you're like going into these deep lines late into the round, letting Kosh like take space. At least here, Fnatic has like some advanced space.
But it is an El Clasico feel to it. Trying to bring us back to the old days when Fnatic still sat on a throne, when they were the undisputed EMEA team. That has changed. Heretics held that mantle more recently than Fnatic did, and now a chance to stomp them out. They've done it on big stages. The business looked dominant up until now. The tide seemed to turn as Woot falls with 1.
We don't really have scalers on this, but
remember,
got the job done.
Funny,
got the job done.
That trip. Had to make sure he shot it.
Spike planted.
They need to clear Alpha, yeah.
I mean, this is just a classic ult play. The reason why they go into this. Most teams like to do a bit of a Sova A split with ult.
Time to strike.
Oh, foot shot.
Oh,
you can wallbang that.
Shot in the foot wouldn't kill him out, and already Benji is dropped. The next one comes for free. An important response from Fnatic. An additional round added to their tally, and it needs to be the start of something. Because the last couple of rounds before that...
One more and it's doable for Fnatic. Bro, low-key, it's doable at 3.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've seen
it's doable at 3 as long as they get defense pistol.
Good kills, couple ultis, whatever
if they get 5 though, then they can do it without defense pistol.
For Heretics.
You can't see my face.
That can't be the case here.
And let's go, boys. Run by run. Go 6-6, guys.
Round by round, I think that is how we've been looking at it. There you go, Koshmaris' first ace in VCT EMEA. What a time to do it as well.
He's only been here about 5 weeks. And honestly, it's still surprising that's his first. With how good he's been over the last 4 weeks especially, it is surprising. He's in middle again. He's got a little bit lost in the source, but it's fine. Not in too dangerous position, and it's looking like they're setting up for a crunch in mid.
Dude. I'm not gonna lie, you see double mid. Shouldn't you just walk shouldn't you just walk B insta or walk A insta first timing?
The drone is coming through on that side of the map. They can't afford to give it up.
I feel like you see 2 bottom mid or like that. The rotate to A is so slow, and there's gonna be a B player. You've almost guaranteed that the A end early round is like actually money. Early contact mid without aggro from the rest of your team is like...
It's been so good, man. He really has.
Oh, it's not good, man.
Performance when he first came in to now, night and day. The dark night on the horizon for Team Heretics. If they lose this, Fnatic back to their old ways.
Boaster's gone massive on that entry, by the way. TP'd behind him at the switch.
But could still be even at the half. Battle of the spams up top. A risky one to play in. With the reveals about to come through.
4 would be nice.
That
spam actually goes so much deeper than people think.
And now Kosh, surely that's already done.
Whoa.
He tries to make something of it, but in the end, it's another round for Fnatic.
You can actually spam very deep, by the way, chat. Like, extremely deep.
We never count Fnatic out.
The rule is, whenever you get a tag when you're in hell, just spam anything. Spam anything and just, you'll find out. These spams go so deep, bro. He killed him literally back here.
Clears B main alone. Pot flash to get rid of Wu. Forces Heretics.
By the way, you can spam through this as well.
Onto that A site. It still came desperately.
You can spam like this deep of a line. It's actually fucked.
And his spam is what sends Rian's packing out of the round, but it's enough to call for panic stations. Now bear in mind, not saving the operator, it's something that can still be afforded by...
A lot of those spams are doable.
It does mean that their economy potentially going into the last round, which will be the next one.
Which I'm not gonna lie.
Could be a little lower. So
I'm not gonna lie.
Actually play a big part in
this spam doesn't really follow the typical logic that Riot has on a lot of their maps. Because usually, if you break one wall, it doesn't allow you to go through the second.
Without a doubt, it is always dangerous.
But I'm pretty sure the way that this section is coded is that it's, even though it's technically, two different walls, I'm pretty sure this whole section is coded as the same wall, which allows for the spam to go through.
Bolts across, somehow they still have a foot in the door. 6-4, 2 rounds left.
Because you know how you can't spam through 2 boxes, right? You can't spam through double wall, even if it's 2 like skinny boxes that are like spammable.
Go too well for the team on the other side, but Heretics, they've been consistent, and most importantly, Koshmaris. That op in the early round has been a nightmare for these attackers.
Yeah, it's something even with the double initiator, they're having to be so careful of. And he hasn't really been caught by any of the KO util because he's mostly been playing around mid. The drone's also been used to clear over towards A, so a lot of the time it's just been someone having to try and body check his position.
Look at how weak the A is right now.
Diligent stuff from Fnatic. They are not shying away.
Neon is so fast to rotate A. Fuck.
Metrics they've been throwing out throughout the round. Just clearing all of these.
And this is kind of nice too. Smoke used toward A. I don't think they're going to read the oppers here. A bit of like the... Op reading does kind of happen surrounding the smokes. So I think part of the reason why you see them lean back into A here is because they early smoked A. They're not reading the opper is going to be toward A.
With the rest of the team, and Fnatic have spent over a minute just feeling out the map.
It's going to be hard. They can see the barrel here. I don't think he saw enough there on the jiggle.
But of course not. Old comps bring
Whiff.
back old ways. Koshmaris up close on the reload of the shotgun.
Oh, kayak.
The double now! Oh. It's Woot that has to answer back, but his blade's taken away. The Sheriff not ready for the fight that was to come, and Kayak wins the battle on backside. The spike needs to be picked up and planted.
Fnatic in another favorite situation. 3v2.
Is plenty of time. But Benji and Rian need the retake. That's a huge, that is a massive pick for Benji.
He's given them an opportunity. They'll know where both of these players are. Look to try and clear
oh my god.
A complete reposition. Holding himself below, but then swings back out to try and fight with his teammate. Just wanted to give them a little bit more space and advantage with the smoke. Not allowing
the smoke mixing so awkward, bro.
Heretics players. It makes this incredibly awkward. Even still, they look to group up, and Boaster has done well. And then
holy fuck.
That smoke
holy
was
fuck.
perfect to make things so uncomfortable for Heretics.
Iana's and defense is good, but on attack it's hard. Yeah, it'll be hard for sure.
Never count them out.
And this is the problem for Heretics.
Jesus, man, I was getting scared for Fnatic, man.
Basket like that, and it just hurts so much more when you do fall.
Came down to some individual.
Fnatic, they should be able to bring this
some individuals making plays, man. That was a very nice smoke. Like I said, Fnatic does find these random strategic advantages that are like
with the advantages of this composition.
Pretty nice. It makes you pretty hopeful that Fnatic will be able to pull through. 5 is more than enough. They're in a good spot now. These last few rounds were very important.
And I do feel like this is risky if they go walking up on short with the smoke in play. They know better, especially looking at the opponent's economy. It's not the round to take those kind of risks. They go to mid instead.
See, now normally, Crashies will have cleared Woot's position, but because he ends up tagging Boo, that spot has gone amiss. Because of that, Woot is going to look to try and
rewalk is pretty nice here, man.
They're missing a few pieces here and there, and they're going to try and pad that with aggression. He has been shut down at least a bit. And for the attacking side, again, they're posturing around middle, but they've got to be careful.
Well, I think they're doing a bit of like fake B go A.
That if this corner was round,
are they gonna ult? They're gonna ult B for the fake?
Instead, though, Alfajer sent the ult in on that B site.
Oh no.
Benji will be able to keep his
They're not buying it, bro. It's not enough noise.
The angle's not been checked. Paris is just waiting to see if there's anyone more. Now he goes hunting. Paranoid.
They didn't lose bomb though.
But now Wu also
Crash is dead too.
Oh, they go to the other side, the B site where they've had this stack up.
They might only read one here.
They'll know he's towards the back, but Benji's up close. Now, Rien's destroyed.
Oh my god. Okay, well 5 is enough. 5 is enough anyway.
An end zone flawless for the man that was supposed to draw their eyes, not take
those
them
are
out,
insane shots, man.
From their skulls, unbelievable.
It's an insane way.
Kosh had an incredible half. I mean, kind of closed out on some whiffs, but
map this week. Let's see if you've been paying attention in our halftime quiz.
Man, that was like some insane impact from Kosh. Yeah, Rian's really just swung backside. Insta kill too. Is it 2? How many teams won their Ascent? Team Liquid won theirs. I think it's 1 or 2. Didn't know Benji saw that fire in him? I mean, Benji's been fucking locked, bro. I know people usually like to see calm aim, but there's something about like seeing players that have that super hectic kind of like movement and snappy aim. Oh, it's actually 3. Something about the hectic movement, like snappy aim, that I like to watch. Like you guys see how like locked in Benji is on every engagement? Like it feels like Benji cares so much about every fight. Then you watch less and it feels like he's walking through a park. Like the difference is like fucking crazy actually. Ten's aim? Yeah, true. Actually, Ten's is kind of like that.
Potatoes Team Heretics and
The movements look pretty rigid, but at the same time, it's so snappy, man.
To, carry on as history has been set.
Asuna isn't here, Zix. Well, he was.
They're not too good at kickoff.
No, he
kind of suck at it.
I mean, he's in the viewer list.
They always bounce back, Tom, and they always make it right in stage 1, never missing 2 international events. Well, Heretics could be the ones to make that first time come true.
A rush for suppressed. A little late on the dagger here.
And the plan found.
And it is a full retake. Fast flood. Oh my god.
An aggressive fight back.
Blind was on perfect timing, bro. They saved the blind on a rush. That's crazy.
Maybe trying to bait a couple of players in with the initial tap, and the door has already been broken. Crashies has taken a lot of damage. So
no more Utah on the side of Fnatic.
Initially was a bit more passive.
It's going to have to be a bit of contact play here.
He now wants to be the guy to almost set the bait, give an opportunity. And you can see that Alfajer is still worried that somebody's going to be coming in on that flank, coming in from behind. And with a trip in front and a smoke now in the way, he's got to be careful he doesn't get caught on the way in.
Not much in terms of utility. It's going to be raw aim fights with all those big guns invested into, and the Sheriff and the Ghost, they find damage. Alpha left alone now. Time ticking. Ringa, Rosie.
Wow, man.
Alpha always wins. It's a round much.
It's a very important pistol.
And secured by Alpha.
Yeah, it's crazy. We've talked about the value of the pistol rounds, but to be honest, in this series, it almost seems like that.
Yeah, Alpha never entered the wrap.
Go back to
he just covered both sides.
Heretics winning both.
Boo thought he had advantage, ends up W-king into Alpha's angle.
Fnatic have now got both, and that would just bring them level. That would put us even going into this second half.
I mean, to be fair, Boo did get a headshot in.
As you can see, they know how important this one is. History.
Boo got a headshot in.
Always making that second.
I feel like a lot of people in Boo's situation doesn't like W-key close to gen like that, though. I feel like most people go wide on their timing.
Versus the best team.
They would like angle out deeper.
From EMEA in
He would usually path kind of like this.
One of them
taking like a better fight.
An incredibly poor 2026, at least for the first couple of events. The other still has a chance to make it to Masters London. But there can only be one.
Ooh, Allah v Allah. Both with full armor.
Shouldn't be decided in a round like this. This is where we go back neck and neck, but an investment as Woot.
Bosu swapped guns with Sivov.
Credits for a classic.
So that Sivov could actually take the fight with full armor.
No surprise.
Better gun. It's kind of cool.
Play has been working out.
Careful here.
Benji baiting the cross on mid, wants them to start looking back in the other direction.
It's actually very cool details.
Away from
Boozer's smart for that.
The spot on the map with 1,000,000 pings. We know where Heretics are about to force the issue. The first man to
Joey
Spa,
15 stream streak. Holy
some rougher rounds, but it felt like he found his form towards the end. The last map, the nade to cut them off, but so many have made it through already, and we are just waiting for Koshmar to get the opportunity to land a shot with the Outlaw, the Paranoia.
Playing another A retake.
Cost him some time, but now Heretics are on site.
I think Heretics pretty happy to be in this spot.
And to be honest, this is much
Boo has another smoke. Re-smoke. Re-smoke and claim would be very nice here. Smoke door and claim. No, he smoked tree. Or smoked heaven.
That's where the Outlaw has finally been noted. A first kill up. Time now ticking in their favor, but they've cleared him. And now the rest of the weapons shouldn't be anywhere near as problematic. Boo will fall.
Smoke door and claim the smoke with multiple people would be pretty fucking nice there.
Deal with that well.
Couple times now, it's been Alpha to really pull out the rounds when needed the
That's
most.
okay though. I mean, they're not favored to win
We've
anyway.
certainly seen it in the last two as well.
Had a different approach.
That gave them something to play with on Lotus.
Mate, we've seen it for years. Where have you been?
Exactly.
To be fair, last round they did do a heavy heaven retake.
Big moment for him to step up
So maybe he was reading the heavy heaven.
We certainly
Wanted to
didn't
smoke
see
for that.
Throughout the entirety of last map, there were it was a round or two. We said that 1v1 was nice. The double with the Sheriff, and he finished on 5 kills. Different story this time around, much to the chagrin of Heretics.
Are they on True Stretch? No.
And neck rifles up for both
No.
sides, but Fnatic
True Stretch is
have got
banned
credits to fall
in
back
Pro
on
Play.
Despite a few weaknesses here, still a good chance to brawl. Whereas for Heretics, this will be the lead. And
Interesting
the
wall
into
and
the hands
Thorn.
of Fnatic if they lose it.
I have ice.
Very interesting. Or are they gonna like prod close enough to even see the wall?
Neon in the past.
No.
The Thorns.
Forsaken was on it, no? I think it's not true stretched if they're on it.
So it's no surprise that when knowing
I think it's just regular, regular stretch.
They wanted that Vice. And this is definitely where you expect the most damage to be done. I also think for KO, that defensive side knife can be a real irritation. But of course now, with how long it takes to come back online, for Sivov, it really is going to be all about timing. He needs to be bang on as when he denies them their utility.
Okay, bit of context play into a B split, but there's 4 here fast.
That might slow them down, though. Steel Guard put into play. Now as they make their way out to site, it's with 20.
Little bit of delay with the Vice ult.
From Alpha, nothing found. Paranoia back in return as Sivov's now surrounded and to be dealt with.
Sivov's got 2 there.
Falls. And although
man, it's another bonus round with Vice ult that doesn't end up getting converted. That's kind of rough.
Still too much left to be done. Kayak needs a barn burner of a round, and instead.
What's the difference? I have no idea. Tens was on it in 2024, yeah.
The Rians has been okay so far.
They ended up getting rid of it,
really or
like not allowing it.
Series of 4K that back off what Alfajer did in the last round. And yeah, as you said, Sivov considering he only had a ghost at the back of the site.
Oh, so many players can't see the full minimap. Saw that? Sivov and Benji both can't see the full map.
An investment back in, Boaster with the judge, but it allows for an operator in the hands of Kayak. Bear in mind, no shield, so any tickle damage could be the death of him. And an early take of B main, but I'm going to assume that's
I don't think I'll ever understand why pros don't
much else
see the full map.
The swinging from Koshmaras, that's an easy pickup for Alfajer.
What happened in the MB game yesterday?
Ahead of the curve on that one.
that's like one where you should just go watch it.
Because
that one's like a little too crazy, that result.
That's
like won't lie.
Gold dust.
It's kind of a fun watch too. Unless you're an MIBR fan, then that's probably not a fun watch.
With a flash. So he's like, okay, I can bait the wall and go back, and then you swing out and you're just dead.
I mean, it is one of the risks of being a Neon player up against that wall. Sometimes you got to do it. Just hope he doesn't hit the shot. Hope he's not in the position. And, well, unfortunately, that gamble has not paid off.
Don't use hope versus Alfajer. This is not a good idea.
It's the first thing he takes away. Now, Heretics, they've grouped up as 4, moved towards A main. They're ahead of the smoke and everything, but walking in, there should be a price to pay.
Okay.
But Kayak
that's not
misses
good.
The shot. It's uncharacteristic. We've seen a few in this series. Perhaps the pressure is getting to them. In goes the Paranoia. The Hunter's Fury lands the tag, and the kill is easy on the back of it. Same can be said for Sivov. The advantage sits still with Heretics. Crashies. Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble now. He's decided to go wide. That's a crazy play. And, well, he gets the predictable result.
He went for the surprise factor. Well, for Alpha, yeah, nothing but frustration, it seems, to end this round.
Are you rooting for a specific team right now?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm leaning a little bit toward Fnatic for sure. Just because I think it's good for the game if Fnatic goes to internationals.
That'd be fine. Hide it behind the wall. If he got killed in that moment, that would be beautiful. A replay that I'd cherish for the rest of my life. But yeah, I'm lucky. I always do. I'm a big eye scratcher in those moments. I'm like, oh, they're about to push. Oh, my nose is itchy though.
Oh,
it's awkward.
9-7. And yeah, as you said, there have been moments in this series where Kayak has missed shots I expect him to hit. Like, if that smoke goes down and he's not watching the angle, fair enough. But it's that he misses the shot while watching exactly where they're going to be. And that means he's dead to rights. Like, that spams through. It's like shooting a combo. Like, that's not a difficult...
That's made it complicated, I won't lie.
...kill for them to find. Amar, correct me if I'm wrong as well, was that the kill that gave Rians the Hunter's Fury? So I think that even then ends up killing the next teammate as well, because he's got that ultimate online. So the dominoes definitely fell from that moment. The defensive side might be the favored, but with this double duelist...
Man, face art is so bad, by the way.
In this kind of form, I'm waiting to see...
Teams are still doing the face start in 2026.
Because they've had the start in both
which is just crazy. In case you guys don't know, you can just literally stand here and like Stand here in pizza and just hold the tiles line forever. This dart is so ass.
But I mean, every round here feels like an independent event. If you try to use the last one to figure out what's happening in the next, it's a fool's errand. It's been chaos. Fnatic, though, I feel pretty confident saying shouldn't be doing too much right here, right now. The pistols in play across the board. They'll use their numbers.
Same thing kind of works on this side as well. You can see part of top mid from market.
It's a good idea.
And then you'll know that you can just take this timing because there's nothing going with it. Should you just dart somewhere else then? Yeah, you should dart on this corner and this corner.
We talked about the numbers advantage with the pistols. They're playing together. The
both darts are just better. You're at least denying one of the two sides.
That is going to be a 10 for Heretics. I'm confident in saying Alpha and Crashies with it all to do, with 5 players up against them, 1 rifle between them.
I feel like all normal darts don't hit there. No, this dart. This dart gets both.
Big mistakes.
Like, depending on the side you want to enter from, is kind of the theory that I had about dart choice. If you want to go from art side, or from tile side rather,
Benji was just
then yeah, you would do this dart to deny this pizza angle.
Giving them another angle. The remaining players, though, falling back. They know exactly where Boo is, and Alfajer's killed.
Okay, we're not getting 2v5'd actually.
The danger in this round.
Nah, no time.
No ultimates to play with, and now Alfajer is remaining.
They're actually leaving it down to this 1v1.
The 2 raid bosses of these teams.
Half kill.
Turkish excellence versus Turkish excellence. And you better not come at the king. Alfajer has brought them a lifeline with the Emoda Thrifty.
Bro, no wonder they're going opposite of Alfajer.
The dynasty was dead. My God, Alfajer. And Emoda Thrifty and some unbelievable shots. You said it, Tom.
This is like the defensive micro stuff that we talk about with Team Heretics, man.
He's had his moments, but none quite like this. I said if Heretics lose that round, there's going to be a pause. There's a pause, but it's from Fnatic. I don't even know what they're going to talk about here, man. Alpha, you're nuts. It's about all that needs to be said.
The defensive micro scenarios for Heretics have looked so scuffed.
Maybe needing some time to chill.
These scenarios where people are just walking into them like they're just all dying. It looked like this on Fracture as well.
We talk about Alfajer every season, every split, every year.
Wait, what's happening?
Pretty much every day that he's on the show, because he will do things that other players cannot do. He will drag Fnatic out of moments that,
you're off.
You know, other people just can't do.
Holding button.
Been since the moment he came onto the stage.
Are you calling post plant on attack A defense micro scenarios? Yeah. Defense just means like you're in the position where the enemy's coming into you.
Just isolating fights and hitting every shot in reactionary form, and the fact that we see him right now 18-9 while on that Vice, it was something we saw when they were playing Corrode. He was
defensive micro scenarios are just when the enemy comes into you, and then attacking is when you have to go into them. So any post plant, if you just go back and watch every post plant from this series, you'll see that Heretics like they chill, they hold gaps, and they end up playing like for an individual fight.
You still have to sit there and go,
it's like very easy to play against Team Heretics in those scenarios. They're not doing like the simple job of like trying to get 3 people in the same fight or 4 people in the same fight.
Very surprised to come out of that and see the timeout be Fnatic's. Like I was so ready for that.
Benji turbo swung from main after the first person died from the jiggle. Yeah, it was a late swing too.
If that happens, they both do.
It was a late swing as well. So like there wasn't actually a setup.
Assume that's what happened.
What if they're in the exact millisecond? It has to put one of them first, and so everything's broken. There you go.
I reckon it would just put one of them first.
Yeah. Either that, or maybe just maybe Alfajer celebrated a little
bit too. That's crazy, man.
It could be.
I think that's happened. I think that's happened before.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. We've seen some players out there give the stage a good shake, good run for its money.
Yeah.
We have genuinely had to have tables reconstructed. Completely change them, because some players they'd be wobbling on that table too much.
I still think like my favorite moments when it comes to tech pauses are always with, well, it normally involves drinks. I think that it was Zipan.
So like here,
he was having a drink and the lid came off and he just poured
5 people alive.
Yeah.
They're triple holding.
Both, like, exploding water bottles.
They're triple holding heaven.
Drinks, filling it
double holding here. This is a good initial setup.
And just having both reactions in slow.
They only know one player.
Big, so surprised.
They only know Alpha. Alpha, you know, kills the 1 HP player, is what it is.
Technical pause here for
Here,
it's the
Benji solo insta swings.
Genuinely, yeah.
They find out both players. Even from here, Boo can hard hold. Other two get close to the angle. And they have a 3-way crossfire on 2 players.
I look at the way they
Here,
lost
Boo
it, and
tucks.
Like that
if he tucks and breaks drone, or these players also just play close, break drone for Boo.
Tries to then just kill him, an immediate trade, and that's where the other player is. They didn't know where he was, an immediate kill, and from then onwards, it did just feel like it all tumbled. But there's not one.
It's like they just
round where I go like, oh, that was
they full de-risk.
Like, that was just stupid. So it really is one of those times.
So
where
Benji overswing.
now just have to sit
Boo, a little too passive here. These 2 players don't play the 3v2.
Like, okay,
Instead of playing the 3v2 and taking the fights together, they wanted to play the reset scenario where Fnatic has the better chance.
Well, I've just gotten
what is the tech pause for? They tried to do a timeout, and then I think the timeout wasn't working.
A little bit of a technical pause. It's a medical tech pause going on right now. So
oh, really?
I don't know how much longer it will be, but we'll get
is it bathroom or something?
Back underway as soon as
it
we
is bathroom.
Can. And like you said, Tom, you know, even when that first timeout came up, which was, you know, a normal timeout from Fnatic.
Well, it could be bathroom, could be something else too. Who knows?
Sit and stew in it is already bad enough, but at least then they can talk. At least then they can say, you know what, guys, but it's okay. We'll
20 days of peak. Goated, Bibu.
They sit there and stew. In the round that should have been theirs.
Medical? I mean, it could be anything. Could be like, could be a nosebleed. Could be
a lifeline. In having
could be bathroom.
Safety net of rounds to fall back on, and the chance
could be like pretty much anything
to the brink and beyond. But instead, Fnatic hot on their heels. Considering the fact that this, at least the first half for Fnatic, started with a big comeback needed.
Oh, yikes,
comeback's needed for Fnatic, and then they're hot on your heels. Again,
no, but they've been so bad about this the whole series, Chad. I think this is like the biggest concern for me from Team Heretics is they find themselves so often in these bad scenarios when it comes to defensive team fighting. And then it ends up with like bro, if you were not going to play time and you were going to like kind of do this like double swing late.
I still feel like for Fnatic here, the pressure's all on
like
them.
Even look at this double swing that happens.
Sure, making it to Masters London will be huge.
Look at the double swing that ends up happening here. Woot's going wide, Rienz isn't even in the fight.
Going to a stage in your home country with a home crowd. But for Fnatic, it's as an org. Like this is the whole org is getting ready to almost invite the world to their turf and try and challenge them on it. And if they're not on it, well, especially after the group stage they had, where they were able to win all of their games while having to swap in their assistant coach for one of them, while bringing in...
Yeah, we're going to run some ads to make sure we don't get it during the...
I think everyone, including myself, thought that their attendance was set in stone. Like, they would be there.
Just running 1 minute of ads.
And, well,
won't miss
think
anything.
Most people, other than you, of course, had them going through the upper bracket.
Oh my. Oh my, oh my.
The fact that they're even in this scenario is surprising. And then even for Heretics, like I looked at that upper bracket and went, they're in a good position to maybe just run it through, especially the form that they were in. The first couple of weeks were really rough. Then they had convincing victories in a row. But taking that sort of gut punch early, dropping down, having that bit of recovery, and now
man, they're so close to being good, Team Heretics.
I think everybody wants to see play at
so
Masters
close.
London.
They have a very glaring issue, though, for
feels
sure.
Like they are the ones to potentially ruin that fairy tale for Fnatic, but maybe make it a fairy tale of their own. And then Alfajer did that.
Yeah, he really chose his moment, didn't he? The Heretics, no doubt, writing their own stories in their head. Imagining the lights down on that stage in London. The British
you don't think Team Heretics is looking better than Foot? No, I mean, they have good moments, Team Heretics, for sure they do. That's what I'm saying. They're very close to being a great team. They just have one aspect of their game that's off.
Has ended. The bloodbath will ensue. Kayak, the first to find a kill as Benji.
Team Heretics does look
they don't give up
good.
on the back of that.
Outside of literally
pushing forward. Alpha's
the
taking
defense
the
micro scenarios. And those are pretty fucking important, to be honest.
Immediately ran for the hills.
But a lot of teams have had problems with that, like throughout this year.
It makes sense to take the risk. Kayak, we mentioned it. A few misses here and there, but was clinical at the start of this round. And this now becomes a recovery. Bear in mind, this is a
hefty investment. Okay, maybe not everybody has a weapon, but putting that Blade Storm in. And with 40 seconds left, it still feels like Heretics haven't really found a direction. And even the ground that they have taken or forced their opponents back off is slowly being reclaimed once again. Kayak is very well placed. A pot shot not going to land, but there's still a couple of players here.
Dodging that knife is
Wow.
key. Now the Blade
That's an
Storm's
insane
still
pick.
online, but Alpha's dropped through. We're losing players by the second for Team Heretics, and with 12 seconds left, they have got to press forward through the numbers, and it's not gonna work. Not with Alpha.
Going to Alpha's site.
Guard!
Let's go back to A. Let's go back to A.
Neck and neck.
My man is dragging this team.
Who do you think is the best player, KO player of all time?
This game.
It's usually Ethan.
2 and 9.
If you were to tell me to pick one player, it would be Ethan probably.
For the rest of the round, he
It's like Ethan, Nismo, Asuna.
He ends with 74 HP because
Those are like the first three that go into my brain insta. But that's also because I'm like from NA.
The chance of Heretics running
He said,
away with
"Phew."
this seemingly fading.
Snuck him in at the end. Yeah, I think if I was like watching more EMEA at the time, I'd probably say Cracks.
Oh, there you go.
Exactly what he deserved. Exactly what he
He
deserved.
did it on the last map, and it was an unreal way to
Hey,
close
listen,
it.
the Ares looks good at times on Lotus, especially defense side towards A main, but
That's already 9 kills in 3 rounds for Alfajer, by the way. And they're about to try and push into him once again. They've died.
Wait, we keep going B.
Still he survives!
Have we not learned?
It's unkillable! Just don't even look in his direction!
Let's go A, guys.
It's going to be torn off. Could this be 3 4Ks in a row? Not quite. He'll go down to the Ares. But even still,
Let's go A, guys.
find out where Alfajer is and go the other way.
this is getting ridiculous now. The man is called on, talked about, and he shows up on a level that, geez, I don't know when I saw this Alpha last. He looks driven, motivated, and we talk about Fnatic. They've never missed 2 international events, and this is elimination. Right behind them, lurking, waiting to drag them into an early off-season.
Holy.
That's when they're most dangerous, man. When the numbers are against them, when the stakes are great, and the odds are not in their favor. It feels like every time Fnatic find their way. And here, once again, it seemed like they'd fallen, like they wouldn't get up.
Do you think Team Heretics thought he was going to swap over to playing A? Maybe.
And now they
timeout, probably.
They loom over Heretics. An elimination
Saw him hit the
feels all too real with this man on the server.
hit the lean
It's a
back.
Timeout from Heretics.
They feel it.
The
I'm telling
last
you, they're
timeout of
stressing,
regulation.
Bro, he's got 11 kills in 3 rounds. Like, what do you even do? Like, jokes aside, like back in the day, there was a strat that was avoid CNED.
Yeah.
Avoid Alfajer.
It was a good strat too.
Like sure, on a normal day, like you'd go like, oh, I don't want to go near Kayak either, but he's not having the greatest day. He's doing okay. But when a guy has got 11 kills in 3 rounds, you see him, you run. You see the wall, you run. You see some thorns, you run. Just go the other way.
They're thorning both sides, though.
25 and 10.
Now what?
And honestly, we now get the Heretics pause, and it's hard to really say anything else. Like, what is going wrong with your strategy? Is it the fact that a guy is just wrecking you every round?
Yeah, especially in the last one. You take a look because the clutch.
Which the last 3?
The round we just saw, right? Like the clutch was one thing, and I do think there were mistakes there. I do think there's learnings from some of the opportunities that he's been able to cash in. But the last one, someone dove on him, for God's sake. Woo was on him. And Alpha just manages to dance out underneath.
They're going A.
The trade can't come
Classic.
in that quickly because, you know, duelists
Makes sense,
move
honestly.
pretty quickly, especially these duelists. But they got there when they should. I think the Exec went okay. He's just genuinely, as Crashy said, Alpha's too good. And it usually feels like with players, you get one
Okay, the Thorn cross-map lineup that Alpha's throwing is getting perma-broken.
And it always feels like there's a hard limit.
You think he just like aims a little bit more left or something?
No. If anything, the more he does it, the more I think...
Tries to move the lineup a little bit. Dodge shock.
Again, Kayak's been dealt with.
Hunter's Fury being expended. Sivo.
Oh.
He's going to try and flash into it. He's been domed, but there will still be a trade back off the Hunter's Fury. Alfajer now in position.
Alfajer is playing like Vukashu, bro.
That's all it really feels to matter about this stage, and they are going the other way.
B setup, playing on A. Genius.
Uh-oh. He's going to go pushing up. A dangerous battle to take while being revealed, but instead now they start running back in the other direction. An opportunity for Crashies, but they know he's here. They have an idea, at least, of his position over the last few seconds. The TP back in the other direction, but they've heard everything.
They have to retake all this space.
Other than one piece of information, paranoia, and he's going to get out of there. Managing to clear the angle. I think even maybe realizing that Wu has already crossed. Brought things back into a 3 versus 3. Here's the TP, and goes looking. It's time, though, Vu will be able to escape, but there's still a player within the site they need to deal with, and they have done. But even still, it's only at a trade.
Boaster's got his, and Alpha's looking for his own. A wrap around the back,
Oh.
Boo catches him just in time. Now Crashies has
Timing
to carry
found.
that mantle
Oh
forward,
my god.
and he will! Crashies the closer.
Oh my
He's
god.
got them 11. Fnatic, they have no shortage of heroes on this team. And a Red Bull clutch puts them within reaching distance of eliminating Team Heretics.
4 rounds ago, we were telling the exact opposite story. We were talking of Heretics ruining Fnatic's day.
Bro, if there is good spacing with the Neon there, Alpha probably dies.
With Boaster at the helm.
They waited a little bit on the Neon jumping around.
Masters London. Now Benji might be
Just for better spacing on that stopping point. Would have made the world of difference there.
He's seen the Alfajer
Diligence on the stopping point would have literally changed the result.
11-9. 2 rounds needed.
It's hard to know when it'll have an impact, but that's one of the scenarios.
We spoke about Fnatic as the kings of EMEA, and even with a good year in the previous, never felt like they had that title back. They lost that throne a long time ago, and this series victory, it could be 13-0s back-to-back. It wouldn't reclaim that title for them. They're definitely a contender. They look like they could be the best in the region, but there was a time when there was no goods. We knew what they were capable of, and they showed it to us almost every week. They lost that throne, but that drive is still there. You heard it from Alfajer. Even winning this event isn't the goal. It's champions. But one step at a time, 1 foot in front of the other. Fnatic on the defense. 12 within reach.
-1 dash. Oh my god.
At least it should be.
Oh, here goes that Ares once again.
Kosh solo faking. Ares.
Pressure being put onto
And
the
he's
B
dead.
side. Kayak's already managed to deal with the fake, and Alfajer waiting, but he's been dealt with. Nice
Very
shot from
important
Benji.
kill.
Crashies in that back corner and just managing to spam one out. The reveal is perfect. They're being trapped in slowly, but even still,
2v2.
while being surrounded, the Heretics
Scenario's
are
reset.
fighting back. Plant looking to come in. Sivov maybe hoping to deny it, but won't be able to. But he's got a lot further than expected. A chance to make.
Oh my god, man. All of the late round scenarios go Fnatic's way, man.
Every member of this Fnatic squad.
Oh my god, man. It's so close
It's
these
a
rounds,
full
man.
house for Fnatic tonight. Oh my god, they are playing with a full deck and then some. 12-9, and almost every round is a clutch. A big play even here for Crashies. The reveal and to follow up on it, it gave them the numbers that were so clearly needed. On their feet again as Heretics.
Let's go!
Who are head and shoulders.
They're gonna go to bed
above
thinking
the
about that
rest.
2v5. You're not wrong.
Now they find themselves behind 3 chances for Fnatic to keep this run going.
Holy
No,
shit.
they won't be in London with a victory here, but they won't be out. And for God's sake, that's enough.
Set themselves with an opportunity. Kayak in position, 1 falls.
Looking like
a
Raps.
second as well. Rien's hoping to fight back, but counter utility keeping them in their place for now.
4v3.
The rotation already in from the remaining 2, looking to try and lock them in on that flank, not allowing them a way out. But
Surprised he's not holding right side of that
giving up
cage.
without a fight. Boaster trapped.
Jump is
isolated.
beautiful, man.
Rien's again. Bruised, beaten.
Oh my gosh, not again
just
though.
yet. But even still, Alfajer and Crashies have already saved multiple rounds. Alfajer with one, but Riens really needs to do it all. An ace or bust. Crashies will tag him up, knows exactly where he is, but Riens is not giving up just yet.
An ace is what it takes for Heretics to survive.
To win one round, to win one of the last 6.
A game of clutches so far when it comes to Ascent. Narrow margins from the get-go.
Okay, that was a little.
And a 1v1
That was a good Heretics round, honestly. The way they closed it. Not as good from Fnatic this time around, but maybe that was like karma.
Not answered yet. There are 2 more in a row for Heretics. They want to settle this in overtime. But first, they have to survive regulation.
Deploying drone.
There really is something about Turkish players, isn't there?
Been saying that for a while, Tom.
Well, that is a lot of info.
That Turkish qualifier next year is going to be an absolute bloodbath.
It's going to be a lot of Turkish players finding out that they're German all of a sudden.
12 to 10. The economy slipping for Fnatic. The ultimate's definitely in their favor.
I mean, there's 3 here. It doesn't get much better than this.
Instead, though, the ace, well, guess what? That gave an ultimate to the other side, and this time the entries are found, but guess who's left? Guess who's fighting? Alfajer trying to do it all. Boaster's now joined in weaponry, about to be removed, and he's still holding the line. Woot with a shorty, but he's run out of bullets, and now it's left to Riens again. An ace in the last round, a clutch needed in this one.
This was what we were looking to see today. The kings of our region, and now Riens has to find both. 2 big players, but Kayak, the heavy hitter, not on
Yeah,
the
they
side.
definitely should have given Alfajer the Vandal here, but it's done plenty of work with the Guardian. Riens is actually.
The plant on A was free, but the Red Bull clutch on B was his.
Those guys from Foot right now are just sat there at home going, see, I told you.
What the fuck just happened?
This is what it's like. This is the guy you have to be careful of, but again, like what Alfajer is able to do at the back of that site just shouldn't be allowed. His teammates get cleared within a second.
Maybe it's like karma, guys. Maybe it's karma. They want too many late round scenarios.
He's telling them to chill after he wins a 1v2 to keep them in the tournament, to keep them in with a chance of Masters London. 29 kills for Alfajer, by the way.
The walk around glitch is extremely effective, yeah.
For either side. It's either now or it's OT.
Said last time it was a barn burner of a game, and Heretics showed that they could.
Kayak is dead to a spam.
Where did he die from? Was that spam through the wall?
It was either on top of the wall or through it, and I see a bullet hole in it. Yep, straight through the wall, taking him down.
That's insane.
That is a good spam to throw, to be honest.
Oh, and what a shot by Benji. Crashy's caught on the shoulder peak, and now they know exactly where this defensive side is, and they run into the numbers.
What? They don't. They started to rotate away. They thought they'd be going in the other direction, and now up close, pop flash in, but there's a judge on the other side trying to clear Koshmara as well. He is pit, and not anything more.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god, it's going OT.
Too much to ask.
Fnatic have fumbled the bag.
Riens waiting patiently on the other side. 15 HP means that, well, it was over before it even began, but somehow with Alfajer, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt, not this time. Somehow, well, I know so, it's Riens. Riens has managed to bring them home, bring them to OT. This will go the difference. The next couple of rounds will decide who is still alive in this tournament.
Well, regulation.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Regulation's over with a British heartbeat on both sides. The British heartbeat on the bottom of both
Oh my
sides.
god.
This is the story of everyone else down there today.
I can understand. I will kiss you, bruv. Might be the most British thing I've heard today.
Riens ace 3 rounds ago was his 3rd in VCT EMEA. That's a surprise. That's genuinely shocking. He's only in 3.
Yeah, but I reckon he's had loads of 1v4s.
104Ks, yeah. Well, here we go. Overtime in effect. One team.
Okay, Cautious starting on a passive line though.
In the next couple of rounds.
He's low-key a win con for Fnatic. He's not like pressuring mid the way that he was before.
Apparently it's a lot of
and usually people don't go insanely dry into the gate angle.
Where they apply those learnings. A very
They're like top mid from a defense POV, the kind of angle.
We're seeing Alpha playing ahead of his wall.
That's usually good as like a late round repeat.
Trying to lure Team Heretics into some overaggression.
Starting there is okay if people end up going up mid, but they've been mostly doing mid holds while they prod the mains.
But the later rounds in their defense, they started getting really passive.
So I don't think it's a really good option for the angle early round.
They start using the time to their advantage. Basically as a sixth man, because Fnatic will sometimes just punish themselves.
And people usually spam this line, chat.
Well, Woot will be sent back. Koshmaris has made the investment into an operator.
There was a chance that Woot dies there if Fnatic knew about the spam.
Towards A. Two teammates defending in front of him, though, holding ahead of the defensive line. Kayak with one hell of a shot. And now the hop. Well, he's stuck behind a box. What move is he going to make? Tries to slide away, but Kayak's there to catch him. And Boaster quick on the trade. Stops Boo with just the what?
Oh.
Well, Alpha,
I mean,
of all the shots he's hit, I didn't expect that to be the one he misses.
Full audio.
Not coming just yet. 29 is
full audio, and he actually whiffs it.
And reliance on his teammates.
Imagine they lose now. Nah, surely not. Oh fuck, he has timing. Oh fuck. Kayak's not aware.
Look how locked in Kayak is. He's so locked in, he doesn't even realize that somebody's rounding this corner. He might just be about to lose his life to absolutely nothing. Rien's only just making it to the scene, but he needs to do everything once again, and not this time. Crashes with 2, Fnatic with 13, and another chance to keep them alive.
Map series and stage point for Team Heretics.
That shot from Kayak is fucking incredible.
Facing into the end of their run. They've made it far. They had to make changes, but held both these teams have been in that very same boat. Fnatic most recently.
I love you so much. He said, I love you so much.
Winning ways rarely evade them outside of kickoffs. We said they've never missed out on 2 international events in a row, and now today there was a chance that we would see that happen, but destiny and their fate is in their own hands now. 1 round away.
Oh, it's a pretty good round.
Continuing.
Fake Bigo, eh?
Oh, Boaster's got to be careful. 11 health to start the round.
It didn't take the first pop timing though. But it actually did low-key get him good. They were like 3 stacked toward B, operator and Vice Thorns.
The vines just to make sure that
the A pop would have been money.
Down on his IGL. They wouldn't be able to get there without taking a hell of a lot of damage. A smoke. All the way to the other side of the map. This is just a ruse. They have not moved. They are staying in the same position. And Benji, he shoots that to try and let them know that they're around that position. Instead, though,
man, Fnatic love the A retake.
Fnatic will fall into the retake.
They love the A
retake.
That
reveal was broken in mid, as you said, by Benji. They're sending players out to confirm there's no one there. It draws their eye away. It stops the spams that could have come through. Instead, a cautious Fnatic, even now.
Actually saved the Omen blind to counter util.
Yet the timing in mid will be so important. They've seen each other. Alpha
mid pick.
Benji was waiting just a few seconds more and he had the flank of the game, but instead now it's an advantage.
Oh, they didn't counter util. Used it early.
It means less to work with to slow them down. In fact, no utility. All that they've got is the Brawn alongside the shorty up close from Woot. Rien's as well. Hold on, they're making it work on the site. They had no utility. The numbers against them, but the time ticking in their favor now.
Oh my god, man.
13 to 13, the overtimes. They keep on going.
Yeah, they took so much damage on their way into the site. I think that was spams by Rien's. He sees the smoke dropping, knows that he's about to get crunched on, and just starts spamming. Well, even gets a kill. You see, assist, kill, and then a kill at the end. That's just blind spray, knowing his angles, doing damage once
Holy
more.
fuck.
I think it was even Kayak with 1 HP as he
They did well to use the door smoke as a turtle smoke to play in.
A solid
They had 3 people playing around that smoke.
Read as well. Like, even though Benji
the one smoke changed everything.
Damage in that round.
shooting of that dart.
2 players playing around the smoke, 1 playing in the smoke, holding it.
Do that? He could have just avoided it, but it's
Alpha
just to
tried to
sell
get
that little piece
value,
of
ended up dying for
information
free.
while his teammates are still waiting on the other side. They wanted them to believe they're in middle, and Fnatic believe they're in middle.
Probably is because of shooting that dart that he died later, though, when he went back into that space. But it got them the site.
Fuck, man, I gotta pee.
That's all it needed to do. An even scoreline this deep into the game. I was worried, Tom. After a 13-2 from Heretics on Lotus, I was
Imagine we get
worried.
Stunlock 20 to 20.
At the start of this map.
That would suck, actually. I actually do need to pee.
It happens.
This is kind of a banger, though. Bro, Ascent banger? And we haven't seen an Ascent banger in a long time.
The first one.
But I think you can genuinely point
This used to be one of the chain
the
OT maps.
Yeah. Has dragged this team through some impossible rounds.
Yeah, I don't even think that. I think the belief was created by the first one, and then.
What's your current team? I'm not
rounds,
currently coaching a team.
Crashes had a round, then Seavoff had a round. It was like that was just the momentum building, and it took then Heretics having a moment of their own, an ace from Rians to break that momentum. It feels like we're back
Face start.
level again, back with the scales perfectly balanced.
Shock the trip.
And back with either side needing just 2 rounds in a row.
Bomb is toward A here.
To make or break their London experience. And make or break their year. 2 internationals missed for either of these teams.
Last time they force broke the drone like this, there was a player in wine.
Very, very
so...
Oh, damage. Lots of damage. And Koshmaris with the wall bang onto Boaster.
Koshmaris with an Odin.
To great effect, apparently. They know there was a spam in main. Fnatic know that someone was around wine, but Woot! How is he still alive? And Crashy's tagged up from their battle earlier. Is in a lot of trouble. The spike is alone in his hands. If he falls, this round is done. And there's only 35 seconds left. A move needs to be made. Koshmaris toying with his food. We all know that fight in main is where the turning point of this round comes into play. They don't yet know.
I mean, this looks kind of cooked.
The spike is there, but in 20 seconds, they will be finding out. Woot swings in for Seavoff. The nade delaying the push out from Crashies. The time ticking away. There's 12 seconds left. As Fnatic get towards the site, they're catching kills across the board, but there is no
there's no way.
A denial of the plant ult that's needed, but Heretics have failed at that hurdle, and now Crashy given a chance, a lifeline for Fnatic, but it's left
Holy
behind.
fuck.
Again, it just looked like a round that was lost the second that initial battle. You said it, like Crashy's being alone with the spike. The remaining players knew they had to wrap around and kill everyone on site just to give him a way in. A stray bullet could have ended that round. And honestly, the fact that Crashy's even manages to get the plant down is impressive.
Yeah, it is.
I thought there was no way he gets out of that alive. But this is now where the shoe is on the other foot.
Nice! Come on!
You said it. The fact that Fnatic have never missed 2 events back to back. The fact that they had their life in their own hands, well, clearly they feel.
How are they letting him plant? I don't know. Probably just making sure that they're like fully grouped before they try to attack him.
But it seems like someone else in the moment is doing
the talking.
Maybe just trying to break that momentum of Heretics. But the fact is, with Alfajer, he's not gone quiet, but he's not averaging 4 kills a round. Like, he's not being able to have that same sort of impact, and unfortunately there's other players that aren't able to stop the onslaught.
Also, I just saw Dre 30 stream streak goated, bro.
That A site. That's where they've started to
Holy
pinpoint.
fuck.
The B site, yeah, if we go there, Alfajer might just kill all of us. So the last couple of times they've challenged A.
And now Heretics heating up. 14-13, 1 round left to steal this series out from under Fnatic, the team that they 13-2'd in the previous map. All signs pointing to a Heretics victory, but for Fnatic,
yeah, I should have went P during that.
This team,
if it ends up extending, oh no.
It's well, at least in recent times, it's been hard to be humble. Well, that might change.
Bro, I'm actually so tired too.
Just 1 round.
My sleep was so shite. Bad quality of sleep.
Early presence towards that B site. As said, that is where Alfajer has been. And maybe just trying to
How do they convert this attack round, though?
Once again.
They're probably going to want to lean into A, right? If I was Fnatic, I would be doing exactly this. Lean strong side A, weaker B, trust that Alpha's current form is going to be able to carry them a bit.
As often, and not something that has been needed to be challenged. There is still a dart available, but I don't.
Appreciate that, Dre. Do you take sleep supplement? No. Did you watch the Pacific games? No. I just didn't get any sleep.
If he can pull off
slept like shit.
Here, maybe the spike will be dropped in a similar way to the last.
Oh.
What a moment for Kayak to fall, but Boaster and Seavolf are there. That sight hold is not gone just yet, but Benji with a crucial
that's a
kill.
problem.
That's Alfajer down and out, and although
oh my god,
Loser ends on the crossback, the hero of so many rounds for Heretics, the spike is still there for the attackers. The wraparound from Boo, main going to be held late in the round as well by that trap, but can the spike make it to the site in time? 12 seconds, and it could be caught on the cross.
Oh, tagged up. He needs to get past the wall, but the spam's not quite going to work out. And Benji, he's taking the initiative. Aggressive through.
I wonder why Boaster feels pressure to take the timing at that moment.
Boo holding the angle. Seavolf and Crashies to keep
this is hard, bro.
them in the tournament. The timing of the smoke seemed like it couldn't be worse.
It's a hard retake.
But they haven't managed to capitalize off the back of it. Benji's been cleared, and now all up to the leader of Boo. A 1v2 to win this one out. To get rid of Fnatic from this tournament, but the shots aren't landing until the last moment. 2 bullets.
Oh my god, they've done it, bro.
Do it! A Red Bull clutch from Boo! The moment where Heretics go marching on, and Fnatic fail to make
Oh my god, man.
Well, the Kings who lost their throne have failed to find their way. Fnatic's run, the road to London paved with disappointment and pain as Team Heretics sit opposite them on this stage, one of the biggest games that they've shared. And they find success, flying colors on map number 2, and they dig deep to deliver a humbling blow to Fnatic.
That is one that
damn, bro.
It's going to be remembered for the org, for the players. It's a tough defeat to have, and for Heretics, it's a squad that, as we said at the beginning of this stage, it looked devastating. It looked done. Like, if you had told me that they would be one match away from Masters London, I would have called you crazy. But they made the changes. Koshmara seems to be an enlightenment for this squad. Riens has made incredible form. And when someone rises, it means someone else has to fall. Fnatic, from a flawless group stage to a playoffs.
Damn, bro.
Sure, that they've had trials and tribulations of their own, a stand-in at the last second that definitely has damaged them. But Heretics will not care. This is not something that is going to bother them all too much. All they care about is they are still on that road to London. Benji, and of course the coaching staff as well, the Brits that look to make it home. One more match.
Damn.
And their mission is complete.
One step, one final.
Yeah, damn, bro. Fnatic having to play with a sub last minute. Still looking pretty good after that point. It's like, the thing is, though, like, man. It definitely feels like Fnatic relies so heavily on individuals in so many moments. Team Heretics is like really close to being a really good team, man. Like, if they were to clean up like their defensive team fighting stuff, like, bro, they would be so much better. Damn, bro.
My goodness, Benji.
Congrats to them.
What a series, what a map. I just want to check the temperature.
I mean, both teams made changes, though. Credit to Heretics.
Kukuka were sitting there shaking as well. She's still shaking.
Credit to Heretics as well. I mean, obviously they had a little bit more time than the Seavolf change, but
how did you guys make that happen? Because the amount of emotions right now must be insane.
I love Enes. I love Riens so much. Oh my god, this guy is the greatest player.
Riens did kind of claw them back into that game.
To help us, honestly I messed up.
Oh man.
Anti-eco 5v2. That was my bad. But we've got Enes. I'm so happy.
Don't be too harsh on yourself, because you have had phenomenal performances, and even on the Ascent, some of the decisions that you've made when it comes down to taking out the dart, for example, just so that they don't check your team, so you sell them on the fake. You've done that, okay? Don't be hard on yourself, because you've made this happen, and this was a mountain for you to climb. So I need you to give yourself some praise, and I want you to tell me what you're happy about from your individual performance right now.
I mean, honestly, first 2 maps I kind of destroyed them.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a bit.
I was really
Thank you for watching.
But, you know, sometimes it's not like, I'm just glad I could contribute something to the win. And the last map, the boys had my back, you know. So, yeah, I'm just happy with my performance in the first 2 maps.
That's good. Something positive. That's what we want to hear, because on a positive note as well, you have saved yourself from elimination. You're still in the running to London, which is a breath, a lifeline. Next game, however, it is Genomates against Eternal Fire. It could be an Eternal Fire rematch. Is that what you're hoping for?
I love my boys in Gentlemates. I want Gentlemates to win, but I would love to have a rematch against Eternal Fire. I think we've improved a lot as a team since then, and I think we would have a really good chance of beating them. So yeah, I think I'd rather play against Eternal Fire.
Anything you want to say to the fans that were literally screaming their lungs out? Like that,
Thank you,
he was
guys.
screaming the entire series.
Thank you guys, and sorry to the Fnatic fans, but thank you.
Thank you so much, Benji. That's it from us over here. We're going to be heading back over to the desk where we have Nat, Kukuka, Neil, as well as Vrians.
Yeah, we do have Vrians and Neil joining us. Look, what I noticed there on the stage is Benji was really quick to cut him down a little bit there. So luckily we got Coach Neil with us. Tell me how proud you are of the boys. I know it isn't necessarily qualifying to London, but you've kept yourselves in the races and you put on such a phenomenal performance.
Yeah, can't be prouder, honestly. Like, I think it would have been easy to kind of collapse after the 2v5 on defense, and then we lost our own attack, but we lost so many clutches, so many close rounds. But I think this man here had some crazy moments to bring it back. So yeah, he does it all the time. Mr. Reliable.
You did it again. I kid you not. There's witnesses to this. When we were in the room and I saw the 2v1, I was like, if there is one man on that team that can do it, it is definitely you. Especially about Ascent. Tell us a little bit, because of course we saw Fnatic that was crazy. Alpha was getting some insane rounds, but you guys managed to bounce back.
Yeah, I think honestly, the round that we lost 2v5 against Alpha, and I don't remember who, I was so mad, honestly. And then we kept losing rounds like this, and then I was like genuinely so mad. And then I was like, I have to do something, you know? And then, yeah, honestly, I was really mad at Benji. That like I have to do something, and I felt like I took the controls in my hand, and I just did my best, tried my best.
When you say you took controls, is that like you were speaking up a little bit more as well, or you just felt individually the way you performed had to be better?
I mean, not really speaking.
Okay. Oh, you were locked in.
Yeah, more locked in, honestly. Like, I didn't even say a word, I think. Like the round that we went A and then I go through the cage, like our own cage, I just said I go left and that's it, you know? I just run left and kill them, you know? And yeah, that's it.
It was very tense. It was very difficult even to get to that overtime. Neil, I need to ask you, because the crowd here, everybody was going a little bit insane. We were trying to keep it cool for you guys. There's a moment where obviously during that overtime, there's a pause from you and Weber. And I remember we were seeing Weber on the screen. And I was thinking, I do not know how this man is so calm. What were the directions there?
I mean, originally we were going to tell him to just kind of keep going, but Weber made a really good call on the last round, and he was the one that kind of orchestrated going through Heaven. So I think it caused a lot of chaos for them. I mean, the whole end of it was a bit crazy, but
holy
back to B and stuff. But yeah, it was terrifying, but really good.
Well, you put on a beautiful showcase for us, right? Everything that you guys are able to deliver, but I have to ask, to qualify to London, you still have that one best-of-3 left. It's either going to be up against Eternal Fire or Genomates, so it's a two-part question. Who would you rather go up against, and who do you think you will go up against?
It's the most cliche thing, but I generally don't care.
We knew you were going to say that.
Like, but there's a little bit of me that would like to play against Eternal Fire, just because I think we played terrible against them, honestly, and I would love to get revenge.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly the same for me, honestly. Like normally I wouldn't care who we play against, but I think revenge would be really nice. So maybe I would prefer Eternal Fire actually now. And actually I don't have any.
You turn the stream up, yeah.
Win this game, just Good luck.
Just good luck. Have fun out there because you're going to have to go up against this version of Heretics, which was amazing today. Look, congratulations again to both of you guys. I look forward to seeing when you play again. For now, though, we're going to head to a break. On the other side, we do get to see who is going to be coming out on top. Is it going to be Gentlemates or Eternal Fire?
I'm going to be honest, chat. I'm like extremely tired. I might actually just take a nap and then just be fully 100% for Americas. I'm fucking tired. I'm really tired. I need to be like super on point for Americas because we're gonna be on plat chat. So I think I'm gonna raid probably Shio. And then we'll be back for NA. Just to make sure I'm 100% for NA. So I'm gonna raid Shio. Thank you for watching. We will be back. We will be back at 2. Thank you guys for watching.